Hello, good evening. My name is Richard. This is Whatever the Weather, the Arsenal Women's Channel. This is Matchday Live. It is Champions League quarter-final, second leg, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal come into this game with that 3-1 advantage from the first leg. But as we well know ourselves, a 2-goal deficit in the first leg can be turned around. We did it last year. Chelsea also did it last year against Manchester City, all to play for, and it's coming up the other side of this. So have Arsenal done enough in that first leg? I'm still pretty confident, I have to say, but we know what these Champions League nights can be like. I say we've experienced it ourselves. So what is the team's lineup then for this big game for the second leg? Shall we have a look at that first of all before we get going? So this is how the Arsenal team lineup, and in goal it is Daphne Van Domselaar. She keeps her place from the weekend. She didn't, of course, play in the first leg last week. I did say I thought Annick Bauer looks a bit shaky. Anyway, the back four, Emily Fox, Lotta Ruben-Weiss, Steph Catley and Katie McCabe. So not too many surprises there. In midfield, Kim Little, the captain, Mariona Caldente, and Leslie Russo drops back into that number 10 position again. And in the front three, it's Olivia Smith and Caitlin Ford comes in, and they are either side, of course, of Stina Blackstenius, who got that first goal last week and did score again at the weekend in great form this season. On the bench then for Arsenal, the two goalkeepers, Annick Bauer and Barbara Vitikova. There's Leah Cadena, Taylor Hines, Slema Holberg, Victoria Palova, Frida Marnham, Chloe Kelly and Beth Mead. Not a bad bench, I'm sure you will agree. For Chelsea, then in goal, of course, it is Hannah Hampton. They're starting with a back four this week. Lucy Bronze, Violin Berman, Kadisha Buchanan and Ellie Carpenter comes in. In midfield, Kira Walsh, Captain Erin Cuthbert and Sotka Nuskin comes in as well. In the front three, Lauren James got that goal last week. Alicia Thompson and, of course, Sam Kerr is back from the Asia Cup. A great goal-scoring record against Arsenal, of course. On the bench, then, it is the two goalkeepers, Livia Peng and Becky Spencer. They've got Niamh Charles, Naomi Girma, Vika Kaptan, Chloe Sami, Sandy Baltimore and Lexi Potter. So we've definitely got a stronger bench, haven't we, than Chelsea have tonight. They've got their own injury problems. And, you know, we've got not almost a full squad to choose from, haven't we? One or two injuries, of course, Leah Williamson, Katie Reid still out. But we've not got a bad squad at all now, have we? And when you look at it, we've got the 2-goal advantage. We look to have a stronger squad. It's all in our favour, isn't it, to go out there tonight and get this job done. You know, I don't want to scrape through, you know, lose this game by 1 goal and scrape through. No, I want to give a performance, send a message out to the rest of Europe that, you know, we are the holders of this competition and we are going to not give it up without a fight. And I think tonight's a great opportunity. We did win here, of course, 2-0 in the league back in January. And there's no reason why we can't come here tonight and win again. Don't forget, Chelsea have got the pressure on them. They've got to score 2 goals. So they can't sit back. They're going to have to come at us at some stage in the game. I'm not necessarily saying they'll go gung-ho from the first whistle, but they've got to score 2 goals. And as the game goes on, the longer we can keep it at 0-0, then there's going to be space opening up later on, isn't there, as they have to take more risks. And then it's going to play into our hands because we've got great players to play on the counter-attack, haven't we? So I think it's set up perfectly for Arsenal, but we've seen before away at Chelsea, we've had our struggles in previous seasons. And, you know, it's certainly not a foregone conclusion, is it, that we're going to win this game? Absolutely not. But let's hope we can get the job done. John said, I'm going to go with a 3-2 win to us. Well, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I think, you know, I'll take a draw tonight. I've got to be honest. The draw is absolutely fine. If it's a 1-1, 2-2 draw, I don't really mind. I don't really want us to lose. Even if we only lose, say, 1-0 or 2-1 and we still go through, I'll be slightly disappointed that we've lost the game, if I'm honest. I mean, I'll probably soon get over that when we're in the semi-final, but it'd be annoying to lose the game because I think that, you know, we've proved this season we're a better team than Chelsea. I think we are. And we've got the opportunity to show it again Tonight, you know, we've played them 3 times. We've won 2 and drawn 1. And the one that we drew, we should have won as well, shouldn't we? Let's be honest. Some strange refereeing decisions. I know Sonia was a bit unhappy last week with the referee. And for some decisions, I'd agree with her. I thought, as I said it on the show, I didn't think the first goal that Chelsea had disallowed last week should have been disallowed. Absolutely not. I thought it was a perfectly good goal. And we got away with that. Second one, obviously, was disallowed and should have been. But, you know, we had 2 good goals disallowed in the league game at the Emirates. So, you know, things do even themselves out over the season. They say, I don't like to see one bad decision after another, because even if they even themselves out, I'd rather the referees got more decisions right. But anyway, the good news is, you know, we got the win last week. We got the 2-goal cushion. And I think that's going to be crucial. You know, I think a 1-0, if we'd gone in with that 2-1, last week, I would have been really worried tonight. But I think now that 3rd goal has really settled it down. And yes, it's not over and done with. Absolutely not. Chelsea have definitely got it within them to beat us 3-0 as they did with Man City at this stage last season. But I don't know. They've been conceding a lot of goals, haven't they? They conceded 3 against us. They conceded 3 against Aston Villa at the weekend. We're scoring goals. We are scoring goals. We've seen that. How many, you know, we've scored 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 goals in the last week. No, 13 goals in the last week. And we can certainly score goals tonight. I don't think there's any question about that. I think we're going to have to be switched on for the first 10, 15 minutes, because I think Chelsea will, obviously, if they can get an early goal, wow, that's really going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it? So I think we need to be switched on from the beginning. We've conceded early goals against Chelsea before. You remember last week we could have conceded 2, couldn't we, in the first 10 minutes? They did score first at the Emirates, of course. They scored first last season. And, of course, 2 Scottish captains as well. We know each other very well, of course, Erin Cuthbert and Kim Little, 2 very experienced players, just having an embrace there in the tunnel and a few words. Friends at the moment, but not for much longer. Once that whistle goes, they'll be the best of enemies, won't they? And there's some good battles in this game, isn't there, throughout the team, really? As there was last week, we saw, didn't we? You know, there's a few changes to each side. It's not the same 11s as last week. We expected it to be a few changes. Chelsea have made more changes than us, and maybe they needed to, because their performance last week, I'm sure they would be disappointed with the overall performance. They said. John says, I can't see the Chelsea team winning today. Just don't seem to be what they were last year, and we're on form. Yeah, I agree with you. But Chelsea are capable of a one-off performance, aren't they? In a one-off game, a cup game, they are definitely capable of doing it. So I'm not necessarily ruling it out, but yeah, I'm pretty confident we should have enough about us. You look at our bench is much stronger, and if we need to, you know, we've got players we can throw on in the last 20 minutes or so. You know, Beth Mead, Chloe Kelly, Frida Marnham. You know, we've got Smilla Holmberg who can steam down that wing. We've got a much stronger bench than they have, certainly in an attacking sense. Not that we don't need to score tonight. Let's be honest, we don't need to score. But if we do, I think if we get the first goal tonight, you have to say, surely that's it, 4-1. Can't see Chelsea coming back from that. I think if we can score first, then it really is happy days. But it certainly is not going to be easy. I'll be happy if it's 0-0 at half-time. Keep that advantage as long as possible. Put the pressure on Chelsea. Make them have to come out more at us. Take a few more risks later in the game, and then we can pick them off. But of course, if we can get an early goal, let's finish it off. Then obviously let's make sure that we do that. It's a nice attacking lineup. I like from Renee. We've said it enough times on this show. You know, when the big games come around, she tends to make the right tactical decisions, doesn't she? She's got it right so many times in the big games, and I'm sure she'll have a plan tonight to make sure that we get this over the line. Sometimes it's a tricky one, isn't it? When you're 2 goals ahead, how do you approach the game? You don't need to win, and sometimes it can be quite tricky to get the approach right. You don't want to sit deep and let Chelsea come at you, because that's risky. Equally, we don't need to attack and take loads of risk going forward, because again, that's risky, isn't it? It's finding that balance in between, isn't it? I think Renee will get it right, but that's going to be key tonight, isn't it? How do we approach this game? And of course, it's nice to have that advantage. It's brilliant to have that advantage, but it just makes the tactics tonight really important, because, you know, sometimes when you don't have to win, it can be quite tricky. It can be quite tricky, especially if we do go behind. So it's a tricky one to predict tonight, but I think we should have too much about us. I think if it's 0-0 after 20 minutes, or if Chelsea haven't scored after 20 minutes, I think we'll be through. If we go a goal down in those first 20 minutes, it could be very, very tricky. LG says neither of our goalkeepers are giving me confidence. Well, no, I mean, I thought Anik Borba had done until last week's game when she was terrible against Chelsea, I thought. And then, of course, Daphne came, and I thought Daphne did well. But then, of course, that second goal that Tottenham scored was a bad mistake. She should have saved it. We know that. She went straight through her hands, didn't it? But I think overall, the two goalkeepers in a game like this, I would trust Daphne slightly more. I've got, quite a lot more, if I'm honest. And I think that's the right choice. I think her mistakes are a lot less. When you look at over the last couple of seasons, Daphne's mistakes have been quite small. And although Anik Borba's done very little wrong, she made 2 or 3 big mistakes last week that tonight could really cost us if she was to do similar again. So, no, I think that's the right decision. I think Daphne's not played much this season. I think she's had injuries, and I think that's maybe affected her form a little bit. But I've got full confidence that she'll be good tonight. A lot of Arsenal fans, of course, we filled that away end. Lots of empty seats around Stamford Bridge, of course. There's only one team in London that's got any support at all, and that is the away team tonight, the team that holds this 3-1 advantage going into this game. It looks as though we're going to stay the way we are facing, so Arsenal will be attacking the goal to our right in this first half, so defending the goal our fans are behind. I think that's an advantage, attacking our fans in the second half. I really do. That's what, of course, was where we scored the 2 goals in the league game, wasn't it, in the second half at that end. So let's hope for the best, and I'm sure we will. It's going to be Chelsea at the kick-off, of course, all in blue, as you would expect, and Arsenal, of course, in red and white. And we are just about to get off and underway here in West London, Stamford Bridge. Chelsea women against Arsenal. A semi-final place in the Champions League is at stake, and Arsenal are 2 goals to the good. And we are just about to get off and underway here. Don't know quite what the hold-up is. Probably for TV. And we are off and underway. Lauren James gets the first kick of the match and plays it back to Kira Walsh, and now Chelsea in possession. Kadisha Buchanan pings it up his near side. It is a Borman who looks as though she's going to be playing as a left back. She did, of course, score that goal that was controversially disallowed in the first half last week. Arsenal haven't touched the ball yet, and Chelsea coming forward over on that far side, but that was good, tidy defending there from Steph Catley. Here's a Frodo to Chelsea over on the far side. And Arsenal just need to just be sensible tonight. That's all we've got to do. Just be sensible. We don't need to take any risks. Don't do anything silly. Play our game. And we will be in the semi-final yet again. Our 3rd semi-final. It'll be in the last 4 seasons. And be a very, very good game to look forward to, wouldn't it? Anyway, that one's gone out there for a goal kick. It was Ellie Carpenter, of course, back from the Asia Cup with the other Australians in the Arsenal side, of course, and Sam Kerr starting for Chelsea. We know what a great goal-scoring record she has against us, but that's historic, isn't it? I think she's past her best, Sam Kerr. She's still going to score goals, of course, but she's nowhere near the player she was a couple of years ago. She's had injuries. Obviously, she's getting older, and I can remember a time not that long ago when I was really, really worried every time we played Chelsea and Sam Kerr was playing, because she generally always scored. But now I'm not that fussed by her, to be honest. I'm not bothered that she's playing tonight. I think we can deal with her. Anyway, the referee there had a word with Daphne Van Domslaar. It's a goal kick to Arsenal. I don't know whether it's because she was taking too long, and obviously the referee isn't going to book a goalkeeper for wasting time in the first 2 minutes. So she had a word with her there. I'm assuming that's what it must have been about. Anyway, Arsenal haven't really got going yet. The ball is back with Hannah Hampton, the Chelsea goalkeeper, just outside the area. Plays it square up this near side to Kadisha Buchanan. If it just look as though they're lining up with a back 5. Anyway, Borman on this near side. It goes out for a throw to Arsenal off Erin Cuthbert, the Chelsea captain, of course. And she said before the game she thinks that they can do it. Of course, she would say that. And, of course, Chelsea will believe they can do it. Of course they will. They did it at this stage last season, didn't they, against Manchester City, as indeed did we, from 2-0 down, 2 goals down in the first leg. We came back, didn't we, at the Emirates? Remember that night against Real Madrid? Such a memorable game that was. So we've witnessed it ourselves that it can be done. We know it can be done. But this is Arsenal we're talking about. This is the defending champions of this competition. We're not going to give this up, are we? Surely. Anyway, Chelsea in possession now, trying to come forward. Lauren James finds Borman on his near side. Lauren James gets it back. She looks like she may have been offside, but the flag stayed down. She's in good form, Lauren James, at the moment. Of course, scored that great goal against us last week, although the goal, he should have saved it. Scored a good goal against Aston Villa at the weekend as well. Chelsea had their problems in that game, didn't they? Before finally winning 4-3. The fact they conceded 3 goals gives us a lot of hope again, because we scored 3 against them, of course, last Tuesday night. Anyway, Chelsea now in possession. Lauren James on this near side whips a lazy cross into the box. Header comes in, but it's gone wide, and that what's happened there? Oh, what's happened there? I don't know if you can hear me. What is occurring here? What is occurring here? There we go. Don't know what that was all about. Anyway, it was Nuskin's header from Lauren James's cross, but it was well wide. And Chelsea now back in possession again over on that far side. The cross comes in again. It's a good defensive header there from Lotta Wouba-Moy. And now Leslie Russo. Arsenal haven't really managed to string 2 passes together yet. And then Russo's fouled. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Maybe now we can actually finally get the ball, because we've played 4.5 minutes and we've barely had a touch. That was a foul. Was it Kira Walsh? Through the back there of Leslie Russo. And Chelsea pressing high up the pitch. That seems to be their tactic tonight. Try and ruffle our feathers a little bit. Stop us getting into our rhythm. Stina Blackstenius battling away for the ball there. And then Lucy Bronze hoofs it clear. But it's headed out by Lotta Wouba-Moy. And Lauren James just plays it straight into the path of Olivia Smith, who puts it out for a throw. A little bit scrappy this period of the game. Arsenal certainly haven't got going yet, but we don't need to take any risks, do we? We just need to defend properly tonight. If we defend this well, we're going to go through, aren't we? If we don't concede a goal, we're through. If we only concede 1 goal, we're through. So that's in our favour, but I don't like a tactic of sitting back. I just think it invites pressure, it invites problems, and that's when you get found out sometimes. I would rather we just play our normal game. We saw last week, you know, we're good enough to score goals against this team, and especially with this attacking lineup that we've got. Obviously, Olivia Smith in the team tonight. Didn't start the game last week. Anyway, Chelsea gave another cross into the box. It's overhit though. Lotta Wouba-Moy heads it away, and Olivia Smith should keep this in. In fact, she was a little bit slow to react there, and Borman there came across, and Chelsea are definitely, at this moment in time, they're definitely more up for this game. I'm not saying Arsenal are up for it, but you can see how much Chelsea are up for this game, and we seem to be a little bit flat-footed at the moment, and we just need to wake ourselves up, liven ourselves up, and I'm sure we'll be fine. Is it nerves? Are they slightly more relaxed because we're 2 goals ahead? And obviously Chelsea have just come flying out at us, as we kind of felt they would, because that's what they do. And Arsenal just haven't really managed to get going at all. Leslie Russo battles well for the ball. See, I don't mind her playing in that deeper position, because she gets on the ball more. And, you know, she can battle away, she can win tackles, she can make things happen. And, of course, when you've got Stina ahead of her, you know, Stina's going to make them runs and stretch the defence on the counter-attack. So I think it's the right forward lineup tonight, I think. And, of course, Stina's got such a good goal-scoring record against Chelsea, especially in big games. You know, she scored against them in 2 cup finals. She scored the first goal last week. She does tend to pop up with big goals against Chelsea when they really matter. And I won't be surprised if she gets another one tonight. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward, Carpenter over on that far side. Tries to play in the box. It's Katie McCabe, does drill it across. There's a chance there, and it's just put wide. And that was a big, big opportunity there for Nuskin, arriving late on the edge of the box, and no Arsenal player trapped her. And that was a big, big chance there for Chelsea to get a goal inside 5 minutes. Ellie Carpenter, it was there. She had 2 chances to cross that ball. The second cross is a great cross. And Nuskin did the right thing in a way. She put it back across the other way where the keeper was coming from, but she couldn't find that bottom corner. And that's maybe a bit of a let-off that for Arsenal in the early stages here. We had a couple of let-offs last week, didn't we, in the first 5-10 minutes? That 7 minutes on the clock now, and Chelsea could be in front, and they're coming forward again. And Arsenal just have to, don't panic, just, you know, see this out, dig in, And that's what we need to do. And it's a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. It's been a frantic start from Chelsea in this game. And we knew they would. You know, they've had 91% possession in these first 8 minutes. Arsenal just haven't got hold of the ball at all. Anyway, it is early days and it is still 0-0, and that's the most important thing for the time being. So the longer we keep it at 0-0, the longer we stop Chelsea scoring, then the more it plays into our hands, doesn't it? But it has been a fast start from Chelsea, you have to say. Oh, we've got Grat with us. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well over there in Sweden. Of course, they qualified for the World Cup last night, Sweden, in the men's game, of course. It was Victor Gyökeres who scored the late winner against Poland that sent them through. So I'm sure there have been some celebrations in Sweden over the last 24 hours or so, reaching the World Cup. They've got a decent side, Sweden, haven't they? They've got some good players. They'll probably do quite well. Anyway, England seem to have their own problems at the minute, but it's early days, isn't it? Anyway, Arsenal just giving the ball away and Chelsea trying to come forward again. What do Chelsea do? Arsenal win it back now with Kim Little. And Arsenal just haven't seen the ball, have we? Just have not seen the ball yet in this game. Now, the first time that ball played up the far side, Steiner is going to be chasing after this. It was good defending actually there by Kadisha Buchanan, came across, I think it was. And we really do need to get Steiner involved in this game. But the only way we're going to do that is to get the ball forward in near the Chelsea goal. Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal on that far side in line with the Chelsea penalty. It's going to be Katie McCabe with it. And Arsenal's first opportunity really to get the ball into the Chelsea penalty area. Not quite managed to, but we do keep possession. Lotto Wilbermoy pings the ball forward. Lovely turn from Olivia Smith. Leslie Russo on the edge of the box. Tries a shot. It's straight at the goalkeeper, but Arsenal clicked into gear finally in the attacking third. Olivia Smith, a lovely little flick that was there from the Canadian. And Leslie Russo there took one touch and then got the shot away low and hard, but it was far too close to Hannah Hampton. And although we did score from distance against Hannah last week, you're never going to beat her with a shot like that, are you? But at least Arsenal then clicked in again. As the ball plays forward there, surely that's an offside against Sam Kerr. Daphne Van Domslar was out quickly to deal with it. And now the flag goes up. See, I don't like that. I know there's VAR and they said don't put the flag up too early. But there could be injury there, couldn't there? You know, two players are going for a ball they don't need to go for because it's a clear offside. If it's that clear, actually, looking at the replay, it's not actually that clear, is it? And she may not have been offside. But when it looks like it's that clear, you can't allow two players to be going for the ball like that, risk an injury when it's offside. But anyway, that maybe wasn't offside, actually. So maybe we got away with that a little bit. But it has been given as offside. The VAR obviously won't overturn an offside decision unless it results in a goal, of course. That's something they need to look at, I think. If they're gonna persist with VAR, then I think they should have VAR reffing everything. You know, if a corner's given and it should be a goal kick or vice versa, and VAR clearly sees it, VAR should be able to overturn that and say, sorry, no, it's a corner or whatever. You know what I mean? If for example, that wasn't offside, so why have Arsenal got a free kick? Do you know what I mean? It should have. I mean, it's difficult because the referee stopped the game, I suppose. But I want Chelsea coming forward again over on that far side. That's a great tackle there from. Was that Lotta again? She had a great game last week, Lotta. You know, that was a good tackle there. And it had to be as well. Anyway, Mariona have a little bit of space over on that far side. Arsenal coming forward now. Rare attack in these opening 12 minutes. Caitlin Ford there, not been really involved so far. Anyway, Katie McCabe driving forward. You're going to try a shot. Oh, just over the bar. We know Katie can hit them from there. And she certainly had a go there, didn't she? Drove forward unchallenged, really. Was allowed to run with the ball. And then she drilled it with her left foot. I think Hannah Hampton had that covered anyway. But there was a great tackle at the other end of the pitch there from Lotta Wubermoy on Ellie Carpenter. It was inside the box, so she had to get that right, and she did. And I have to say, Lotta has had a quite magnificent run of games recently. And she just deals with that ball as well. I think she's in great form, Lotta. And she's probably been our best defender this season. Anyway, Kim Little there wins the ball back, as she tends to do. And then Lotta pings it forward over on that far side. Caitlin Ford. So had a lot of joy against Lucy Bronze in the past, hasn't she, Caitlin Ford? I'm assuming that's why she's in the team tonight. Of course, she couldn't start last week. She didn't start last week because of the Asia Cup, I suppose. Although Steph Catley did, so I don't know. But anyway, she did come off the bench, of course, Caitlin Ford, but she's starting tonight. And that's a good choice for me because she has caused Lucy Bronze quite a few problems in the last few games against her, hasn't she? Anyway, Arsenal just happy at the minute just to keep possession, maybe take a little bit of sting out of this game because Chelsea have started really, really strongly, as we know. Here inside the centre circle, Kim Little plays it forward. Nice 1-2 with Olivia Smith. There's some space over on that far side now for Caitlin Ford. Now she's definitely going to try and have a run at Lucy Bronze. She gets inside the penalty area, tries to get the ball across the 6-yard box. It's hooked away by Lucy Bronze. And Lauren James is going to keep it in and clears it away, not very far, only as far as Mariona Caldente, just inside the box. Mariona Caldente trying to look for an opening to get a shot away, plays it square, shot comes in. It was Leslie Russo there. It hit a Chelsea defender, but this is better from Arsenal now. A little bit of pressure on that Chelsea goal. That's what we need to do. We've played 14 minutes. And so far, so good. And Arsenal now growing into this game. It's on this near side, Emily Fox. Twists and turns and goes back round the outside. She's done well, Emily Fox. Can she get across in? She can't, but she keeps possession well. Plays it back to Kim Little, who will get the ball under pressure, isn't worried about that. Now it's Steph Catley. She's got Katie McCabe with a little bit of space. Katie McCabe now plays it to Marion up that far side. Now it's on to Caitlin Ford. Caitlin Ford goes past defender really well. Caitlin Ford inside the box. Is she going to get the shot away? She does get the shot away, but it's straight into the arms of Hannah Hampton. But this is so much better from Arsenal now. That's 2 efforts at goal we've had in the last 3 or 4 minutes. We're really settling into this game and growing into it now. That was brilliant play there from Caitlin Ford against their Australian counterpart, Ellie Carpenter. She cut in field, got the shot away there, but it lacked direction to beat Hannah Hampton. But this is much, much better from Arsenal now. We need to keep this going. But it's almost becoming a bit like a basketball game now. It's Chelsea's turn to come forward. Lauren James glides past a couple of challenges, gets the ball in this near side. This is good play from Chelsea. It's Alicia Thompson, hasn't had much joy yet, but she's on the ball again. The little American caused us a few problems last week. Did score, of course, at the Emirates in a league game. And Chelsea now looking to knock it around just outside the Arsenal penalty area. Lucy Bronze thought about a shot instead, tried to play it into the box. It's come to Thompson. Oh, and she's put it wide. And that's another let off for Arsenal there. That was good play there from Chelsea, just inside the Arsenal penalty. It was Lucy Bronze's ball through. It wasn't great defending, you have to say, and it was flicked through off Steph Catley, and Thompson tried to find that bottom corner. It was a good effort, a similar kind of strike to Leslie Russo's last week for the 3rd goal, but whereas Leslie Russo found that bottom corner, Leslie Thompson couldn't quite find it. It's just curled wide. Not sure Daphne would have got there either if it had been on target. Now it's Chelsea's turn to have a little spell of attacks. But the ball's now back with Daphne Van Domselaar and Lotta Woober-Moy, and Olivia Smith slips over. And it runs out for a throw on this near side. But it's quite an end-to-end game, isn't it? It's quite exciting at the moment. And at the minute you feel as though there's a goal coming somewhere. And whoever gets this goal, it's going to be a massive goal in this tie, isn't it? If it's Arsenal, surely that's game over. But if it's Chelsea, it's going to be quite nervy, isn't it, for us? These next 10 minutes or so could be really, really crucial in this game. Erin Cuthbert now coming forward, pings the ball out to that far side, but Lauren James isn't going to keep that in. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Look on Lauren James's face there as she looks across at Erin Cuthbert for that pass, which wasn't what was required for Chelsea at all, was it? It's gone out for a throw, which Katie McCabe was in no hurry to take. And you can't really blame her. Anyway, that's another throw. Ellie Carpenter heads it out. And Katie McCabe is going to take this throw again for Arsenal. Up that far side. And And now it's with Leslie Russo just inside the centre circle, pings the ball forward, looking for the run of Emily Fox. Don't think she's going to quite get there. She doesn't. But you can see the intent. And now Thompson's driving forward on this near side. Olivia Smith's going with her. Those two are pretty evenly matched, aren't they, for pace, you feel? It's a bit of a speed battle there between them two. And Olivia Smith does well to hold her up. And in the end, she has to play it back to Nuskin. And then to Borman, sorry. Now it's with Kadisha Buchanan and Lucy Bronze. Gives it back to Buchanan again. Plays it forward to Erin Cuthbert, but that's not a great ball. And Mariona can pick it up. Oh, Mariona tries to do a little bit too much, gives it away. And suddenly now Chelsea are in again, just on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Good defending from Steph Catley, I think it was that time. And Arsenal creating some problems of their own there. Now the ball's played square to Carpenter, tries a shot from distance, hits Katie McCabe. And that Chelsea attack comes to nothing. And now Katie McCabe pings the ball forward over on that far side, trying to get Stina away. Oh, and that's a rather strange back pass there, actually, from Lucy Bronze, but Hannah Hampton deals with it just about. But that's what we need to do more of, don't we? Trying to play them balls in behind. Chelsea's defence is very high, and we know Stina can exploit those spaces. We haven't managed to get her in the game yet, have we? But the fact she's on the pitch gives the Chelsea defence something to think about, because they know that that ball over the top is going to be a threat. So far, they've defended that pretty well. It remains 0-0. We're coming up to the 20-minute mark. This was, of course, about the point in the game last week that we scored with our first real big opportunity of the game, in fact, wasn't it? Let's see if we can do it again. Although we have had a couple of shots at goal in this game. Lauren James, again, that lazy style, pings the ball up this near side to Borman. Goes on again to Thompson. This is quite a good play from Chelsea. Lotta Mover-Moyes across and pinches the ball, but Thompson manages to get it back and plays it square. Good defending from Arsenal. Buchanan now, though, for Chelsea. And they're trying to look for this breakthrough. But again, as last week, Arsenal out of possession have got a really, really good defensive shape, shutting the door on the Chelsea chances for the most part. And it was Kim Little that time that was in the right place at the right time. And that's not an accident. That's by design. Anyway, Lotta Mover-Moyes, that's a great switch from right to left. Finds Katie McCabe, strides forward towards halfway. And I'm sure every time Arsenal come forward, Chelsea are slightly worried, because we've got that threat in, as we've already shown that tonight, a couple of opportunities that we've created with Russo and Caitlin Ford. Steph Catley now plays it forward to Caitlin Ford again, plays a good ball out to that far side. And this is good from Arsenal, just keep in possession. That's all we need to do, just keep possession. And Lotta plays it to Emily Fox. Grat says, I'll join you at half-time. I have to go. No worries, my friend. We'll see you soon. John says, AFC need to step up and wake up. Too much of the blue in the first 13 minutes. They can't have that play off the game by making it a draw. No, I'm sure we won't be coming forward again now. Oh, it's a good tackle there by Borman on Olivia Smith, but Arsenal won a corner. And again, that's good play from Arsenal. Livy Smith didn't have a great game at the weekend, did she? Well, I don't say she didn't have a great game. She didn't really have the opportunity to get involved much, but she tried to go around the outside there. But that's a good tackle, actually, inside the penalty area. They're the type of challenges where if you get them wrong, you can see the penalty, don't you? And Lotta did one at the other end, and Borman's done one there. And that is a very, very good tackle. But it is a corner to Arsenal, the first corner of the game. And we've got the opportunity here to... We did score, of course, from a corner in the North London derby, didn't we? That was our first goal. That was a Katie McCabe corner from this side of the pitch. It was Leslie Russo's header. Can we repeat it in this game? The same point that we scored the first goal last week. Katie McCabe whips the corner into the near post. It's gone all the way across. It's going to come to the edge of the box. Livy Smith's going to hit it. Oh, it's blocked there by Kadisha Buchanan. And maybe Livy didn't quite get hold of that as well as she would have liked. Anyway, Katie McCabe whips across in. It's headed back by Lotta Mover-Moyes, but only into the arms of Hannah Hampton. And it looked like it was going to be a big opportunity there for Livy Smith when that corner was only half cleared away. And it fell really nicely for her. I mean, she hit it hard enough, but it just was straight at Kadisha Buchanan, who managed to block it for Chelsea. Looked like it was going to be a big chance, that though, didn't it? Just briefly there as the ball came flying back towards Olivia Smith about 20 yards out. You know she can hit them. You know, we're at the midway point now of this first half. It's been Well, it's Arsenal have settled down now. Obviously, Chelsea had a really good start, came flying out of the blocks, as they tend to do anyway. And we looked a little bit nervy at the beginning, but we've settled down now. We've stamped our authority on this game, and we've had a couple of good opportunities. So fairly even, really, you have to say. But of course, in score it isn't, because Arsenal still 2 goals in front. Anyway, Lauren James clips that cross in, and lots of Ruben Moyes there, and heads it back to the goalkeeper, Daphne Van Domselaar. In fact, it was Emily Fox with a header there, sorry. And that was well defended again by Arsenal. And we've defended pretty well in this first half, as we did for the most part last week, didn't we? Anyway, Leslie Russo now takes the ball on a half turn and moves forward over halfway, tries to get the ball out to that far side. Is Caitlin Ford going to keep it in? She does. Good play this from Caitlin Ford. Again, she's up against her compatriot Ellie Carpenter, touches the ball back instead to Mariona. She's going to get the shot away, gives it back to Caitlin Ford again, pulls it back to the edge of the box, and there was no one coming in on that really, but Leslie Russo manages to touch it back to Mariona, and her ball into the box is headed away, and it is going to be a throw to Arsenal over on the far side. And this is good from Arsenal. I'd say last 10 minutes we've been the better side. We've really grown into this game, and you can see maybe us scoring before half time if it carries on like this. And this is good stuff. This is where we need it to be. You know, we're not over committing forward, but every time we go forward, we look dangerous. And Chelsea know if we get the first goal tonight, it's a big ask for them, isn't it? Probably an ask step too far. Anyway, Steam over on that far side, and was that offside? I think it was. I think sometimes the linesmen put their flag up because it's Stina without actually checking first. See, again, that's a tight one, isn't it? She's maybe leaning offside, but it's very, very tight. I mean, she's over on the far side. It's not a run at goal. But again, I think sometimes the lineswoman in this particular game, I think sometimes they're quite keen to get the flag up when it's Stina, because sometimes she makes the in and out run and it looks like she's offside when she often isn't. Anyway, Leslie Russo has done really, really well. That's great play. Finds Olivia Smith in a central position, gets it out to Caitlin Ford on the far side. Is this going to be a moment for Arsenal? Caitlin Ford cuts in field. The shot wasn't really hit that well, and Lucy Bronze managed to get the block in. I mean, Lucy Bronze is basically playing as a centre-back, actually, tonight, and she's actually defended quite well. I think it's probably better for her that she's not faced one-on-one with Caitlin Ford, because Caitlin Ford has ripped her to pieces on a few occasions in the past. Anyway, that was Caitlin Ford on that particular occasion, cut in field, and the shot was blocked by Lucy Bronze. It was probably not well enough struck to have troubled Hannah Hampton anyway. But Arsenal with a throw over on that far side, and this is a really good spell from Arsenal. In fact, we're dominating this game now. This is good play, Mariona, over on that far side, and that's going to go behind for a goal kick. It was Nuskin there with the tackle. Mariona looks perplexed that it wasn't at least a foul or a corner, and in the end, it isn't either. I mean, that's a foul, isn't it? Surely that's a foul, if nothing else. I mean, it's outside the box, but surely it's a free kick. Anyway, the refs give a goal kick. I mean, it did probably come off Mariona last, but she's fouled. Anyway, Chelsea try and play a short goal kick, and Olivia Smith straight away is putting Kadisha Buchanan under pressure. Those two know each other quite well, don't they? And anyway, Olivia Smith there concedes the free kick. I think Buchanan's the one you want to put pressure on, because she's got mistakes in her. She has got a mistake in her, definitely, Kadisha Buchanan. And I mean, was that really a foul? I don't think it was. That's extremely soft. I mean, we obviously got a soft one go our way last week, but that's not really a free kick, is it? Anyway, it was given as a free kick, which Hannah Hampton takes. All in green at the Chelsea goalkeeper. Daphne's all in yellow, by the way, for those that are interested in the goalkeeper kits. It is a throw to Chelsea on this near side. Borman's going to take it. Throws it short to Erin Cuthbert, and Arsenal now pressing a bit higher up the pitch and forcing Chelsea backwards. And that's what we need to keep doing. Anyway, Buchanan now lofts the ball forward, but good header there from Emily Fox. Finds Mariona. It's a lovely turn from Olivia Smith, and she manages to keep the ball in, but couldn't quite get it far enough away from Berman. And in the end, concedes a free kick. And it is going to be a free kick to Chelsea, which Berman takes, plays it short to Lauren James, and she just casually plays it all the way back to Hannah Hampton. But everything Lauren James does appears to be casual, doesn't it? Even that goal she scored last week, just a casual swing of the boot, it seems. But it's just her style, isn't it? And I think maybe sometimes she gets criticised for that. But maybe it's quite natural to her, isn't it? Just playing football looks easy for her, doesn't it? And maybe that's why sometimes she gets criticised, because it's like, is she? Sometimes it looks as though she's not trying hard enough, or she's not, doing that. But I don't believe that's true. I think that she is. I just think it's her style. Mariona's trying to make ground up on his near side, and surely she's fouled there. The referee says no. Cross comes into the box by Chelsea. Almost a mistake at the back from Steph Catley. And Arsenal under a bit of pressure. Mariona there was sure she was fouled. That's twice Mariona's been sure she was fouled in the last couple of minutes. Neither was given. And Chelsea back in possession. 29 minutes nearly played here at the Stamford Bridge. The second leg, it is still 3-1 to Arsenal, of course, from that first leg. And to be honest, if the game stays like this, I wouldn't be too disappointed, actually, because it means we go through to the semi-final. And we'll look forward to that, won't we? In a few weeks' time, another Champions League semi-final we are on the brink of course, as we know. Of course, Bayern Munich did go through. Andreas was at that game. 2 goals late on there for Bayern Munich. Sent them through 5-3 on aggregate. They won 2-1 tonight. Vingersdottir and Dalman there with the goals. And of course, tomorrow it's the other 2 quarterfinals, isn't it? Barcelona lead 6-2 against Real Madrid. And the big one that affects us, of course, Lyon against Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg 1-0 up from that first leg. But we need to get through first, and Chelsea have a corner. So let's not think too much about what might happen tomorrow. This corner comes in and definitely gets a good punch on it, actually. It's going to fall to Chelsea player on the edge of the box now. It's with Ellie Carpenter, finds Thompson. Now up this near side to Lauren James again. Going to run into the penalty area, cuts inside, cuts back on the outside. Now drills a ball across the box. Good defending again from Arsenal. Steph Catley, that was. And again, Arsenal defended really, really well. And you have to say that's been a feature of these 2 legs, actually. And it is looking at this moment in time pretty good. But there's a long way to go still in this game and in this tie, of course. Lots of football still to be played. Mariona emerges with the ball, tries to play it through to Stina. It wasn't a great ball, though, was it? Again, Stina's just not getting any sort of service at all in this first half. I just want us to get this first goal. I really do, because that would really settle things down, wouldn't it? Anyway, Chelsea now coming forward. Thompson inside the box, cuts in field. And fires over the bar. And that's another big opportunity for Chelsea and for Alessia Thompson. Cutting from this left-hand side. And then got the shot away. But Chelsea can't finally get the shots on target, can they? I mean, she was clearly onside. Cutting field there and shot over the bar. And it was always rising there, wasn't it? I think Daphne would have had that one covered had it been slightly lower. And Chelsea have had, 3 or 4 chances in this first half, have all fired off the target. And again, Arsenal, like last week when we've been really effective and efficient, our shots have been on target, haven't they? They've not really tested Hannah Hampton, but at least she's had to make the saves. Anyway, Ellie Carpenter concedes a foul over on that far side. And it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. It was Leslie Russo. A lovely turn, actually. See, that should really be a yellow card. That's a sort of foul that should be a yellow card, really, isn't it? Anyway, Arsenal is trying to come forward again out of that far side, but wasn't a great ball forward. It's cleared away. And Arsenal do pick up possession. That's good play from Katie McCabe. Plays the ball in field. Leslie Russo, is she going to get a touch on that? She does well, actually. Manages to find Emily Fox, and now Emily Fox can drive forward. It's a good play, though, from Thompson. All of a sudden, it's fallen to Olivia Smith, and then Olivia Smith is caught by Buchanan. And Arsenal got a free kick in a very, very dangerous position here, just outside the Chelsea penalty area. I said Buchanan's got a mistake in her. I don't think she needed to make that foul, actually. I don't think she needed to make it at all. I mean, Thompson there looked like she'd committed a foul. And then, I mean, what's she doing, Kadisha Buchanan there? She didn't even need to get involved. Again, see, that should be a yellow card as well, really. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal. So let's extract our revenge with this free kick. It's quite central. It's within shooting range for Katie McCabe, certainly. It's 12 yards outside the penalty area. So it's a fair distance out, but Katie McCabe, that'll be no bother for her. But it is quite central. It's quite straight. It's quite difficult to, it's not the best angle, is it? The one last week was much better. Anyway, Katie McCabe, it goes short to her from Mariona. Hits the wall, actually. And maybe a direct shot at goal. May have been the better option anyway. It has gone behind for a goal kick now off Steph Catley over on that far side. Maybe we didn't make the most of that free kick, did we? Anyway, Kadisha Buchanan trying to bring the ball forward instead. She looks awkward, doesn't she, Kadisha? I think that's her problem. She just looks awkward. And she's likely to make a mistake. Anyway, there's a mistake over on that far side by Ellie Carpenter, who struggled in this first half, really, defensively anyway. Mariona tried to thread the ball through her eye of a needle, and Erin Cuthbert got in the way. But Steph Catley can now bring it forward for Arsenal over on that far side. Touches it out to Katie McCabe. Goes back to Mariona. Pings it into Olivia Smith. This is nice from Arsenal, just keeping possession. That ball played up that far side. Steiner does well. And Arsenal keeping possession. Does not, because it's bounced off Katie McCabe. It's gone out for a throw. But Arsenal have given as good as they've got in this opening 35 minutes. And I'm sure Renee will be happy with how the game's played out so far. Obviously, time is starting to get onto our side now as we come down to the last 10 minutes of this first half. Obviously, the longer the game goes on at 0-0, the better it is for us. And so far, so good. And to be fair, definitely hasn't had a save to make. Yes, Chelsea have had some opportunities, but they've not managed to hit the target. And we'll certainly take that, won't we, all the way till half-time and beyond. And what you've seen here in this game, and maybe last week as well, is that you can see the shift. You know, we've been intimidated by Chelsea away from home for a few years, I think, in the games you've seen. You know, we've gone there and maybe been bullied a bit against them. And now every game we've played against them this season, we've given as good as we've got. And we've been the better team, in fact, in the games, haven't we, for the most part? And it's been the case tonight. You know, we're playing some good football. And we're certainly not intimidated by them anymore. And you can see they're in a little bit of a transitional period, aren't they, Chelsea? And we've got to make the most of that now, not only tonight, but going forward as well. You know, Man City have stepped up this season in the WSL. They've taken advantage of Chelsea's issue, shall we say. And next season, it's got to be us anyway. Chelsea still think they're in this game. Thompson on this near side cuts past a couple of challenges there, gets across in, but it's blocked again by Lotta, who's done well. In fact, that was Emily Fox again, sorry. They've got very similar hair, haven't they? And then Caitlin Ford runs it out of play. They switched sides, actually, Caitlin Ford and Olivia Smith, just in this last 5 minutes or so. Anyway, Lauren James now does well. Again, that lazy style, pings it out to that far side to Carpenter. Plays it up the far side, but that should run out of play. It does run out of play. And it's a goal kick to Arsenal. Good defending by Steph Catley. Under pressure from Nuskin, who tried to keep it in, actually, and was maybe a little bit unlucky. But good defending in the end from Steph Catley. And we are counting down the minutes until half-time. And in some ways, half-time can't come soon enough. In fact, full-time can't come soon enough, because if it finishes at 0-0, we'll be more than happy, won't we? Not often you you want to see a 0-0 draw, do you? Not very often, but I'll certainly take one tonight without too many problems at all. But I still feel Arsenal have got a goal or two in us tonight anyway. Certainly the way we've settled down into this first half. We're in possession again now. We've had Chelsea penned back, haven't we, for quite long spells in this first half after the first sort of 10 minutes or so. Katie McKay plays out the line looking for Olivia Smith. And Lucy Bronze came across. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Even though Lucy Bronze there is claiming she was fouled by Olivia Smith. I don't think she was. It was just the momentum, really, wasn't it? I think there's nothing to worry about. It is a throw to Arsenal anyway, I think. Has the ref changed their mind? They're giving a free kick. No, she hasn't. Olivia Smith's quite funny because, you know, she's got quite a babyish face. I mean, she's young, but she's got a really babyish face. And you see her in interviews and stuff, she's always giggling and, you know, she looks quite like a different character. When she's on the pitch, she's really aggressive and, you know, it's quite a contrast, really. She doesn't play how she looks, does she, Olivia Smith? She looks all sweet and innocent and say smiley and chuckly. And then you throw her on the pitch and she'll, you know, kick everybody and, you know, battle for every ball. I quite like that. It just looks strange when you see her doing it because it just doesn't seem to fit her personality, does it, when you see her off the pitch? Very sort of quietly spoken and, you know, I say very baby face she's got, hasn't she? But anyway, she's a great player, as we know. Very lucky to have her, aren't we? And you also had 11 shots to Chelsea's 5. And I think that kind of shows that we are a lot more direct. You know, Chelsea have had quite a lot of the ball, but they've not created too much. And we've only had 2 shots on target, actually. But anyway, Katie McKay there commits a foul on Ellie Carpenter. Both players see the funny side of that. I mean, she did pull her shirt. I mean, she can't really have too many complaints here, Katie McKay, but I think that's probably why both players could see the funny side of it. Maybe she's lucky not to get a yellow card, Katie McKay there. It's a bit silly, isn't it, really, to pull a shirt like that? There's no need. But anyway. Of course, this weekend it's FA Cup. More big cup action. Of course, Arsenal play Brighton on Sunday. It's a big game. Hopefully we can get through. It'll be another semi-final. Could be in 2 semi-finals. Get through to 2 semi-finals in a couple of days. That would be good, wouldn't it? And of course, before that, there is a show on Friday, 7:30, with Andreas and myself. Will be here, looking back on the North London derby, of course, looking back on this game, looking ahead to Brighton and any other news. There always seems to be news come through from the Arsenal women on a Friday during the day. So there's always something to talk about on the show that we wasn't planning, like last week, the Kim Little contract, of course. I'm sure there'll be something happening. Of course, it is Easter this weekend as well, a long weekend. It is in the UK. I don't know if the rest of the world celebrates it in the same way that we do, but anyway, it is Easter this weekend, so it's a long weekend off work. Looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather can stay dry at least. Well, it's supposed to be quite windy on Sunday. Anyway, Thompson now coming forward for Chelsea into the last 3.5 minutes of the first half. Thompson just on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area, plays it back to Lauren James. Now it's with Berman. That's not a great ball, actually, and Leslie Russo should get there ahead of Lauren James. But that's a good tackle, actually, by Lauren James. And Chelsea now finishing this half on top. James again whips across in towards the far post. Good defending again, though, from Arsenal. And Arsenal defending that penalty really, really strongly in this game so far. And now Steph Catley's gone down with what looks like maybe a calf injury. I think that's happened from that incident with Nuskin just before when she was trying to shepherd the ball out. Looked like she got a whack on her calf and now she seems to be struggling a little bit. To be fair, there's been no stoppage time in this first half up until now. But I think that was where that injury initially came from. You can see she was hobbling there and then went down as soon as Arsenal cleared the ball. I mean, Leia Cadena's on the bench, so she can come on. Thought she's played reasonably well recently, if necessary. Or we could do what we did last week, couldn't we? Get Taylor Hines on at left back and move Katie McCabe to centre back, because she played pretty well there, didn't she, in the second half last week? And it has given Arsenal a chance to come over and have drinks break. And just a little breather as we approach half-time. Be really big for Arsenal to go in at half-time 0-0, wouldn't it? And funny enough, I thought that, I did say before the game, the first 15 minutes were going to be crucial. If it could stay 0-0 after 15 minutes, then we were in with a big chance. And of course, it is 0-0, and then we're coming up towards half-time. So that's great. And if we can see this out until the break, there'll be a bit of stoppage time now, won't there? 2 or 3 minutes for that injury there to Steph Catley. But if we can see this through till half-time, Lauren James's cross all the way across the 6-yard box there. Nobody managed to get a touch. Sam Kerr was there, and Lauren James looks a bit upset that nobody got a touch on that. It was a very good ball, wasn't it? It's a sort of ball where you just need your attacker to get something on it. That's all you need, just a little touch. And in the end, it actually went between the two forwards, didn't it? It was a good ball, but just it went between the two strikers. Sam Kerr made a run to the near post, and Thompson wasn't quite on her toes enough at the far post. Emily Fox saw to that. Arsenal now trying to come forward. And Leslie Russo's ball, it strikes the Chelsea defender, falls to Stina, touches it off here to Caitlin Ford. She needs some help outside. Olivia Smith arrives on the scene late. She was maybe fouled, but Caitlin Ford picks up the ball, so the referee allows play to go on. We're into the last minute of the 45, and there will be, I say, a couple of minutes of stoppage time now. And Arsenal quite happy just to keep the ball. It goes back to Daphne Van Domselaar. And she goes long up that far, so it wasn't a good ball. Eddie Carver, they're going to head that away. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal as we move into Wolves stoppage time at the end of this first half. Steph Catley's still off the pitch, actually. And I think her night might be done. In fact, she's going off, Steph Catley, by the look of it. Shaking her head there. Looks like it was that challenge there with Nuskin, I think. She did catch her calf. And Arsenal will make this change. Will we wait until half-time to get Leia? Well, you assume it's Leia Cadane. It may be Taylor Hines. But anyway, we'll soon find out, I'm sure. It is a free kick to Arsenal. Leslie Russo was fouled there by... In fact, she was pulled back there by... who was that committed that foul, actually? Oh, it was Kira Walsh. Anyway, it's Taylor Hines has come on. So it's the same as happened in the first leg last week. So Katie McCabe is going to switch into centre-back, you would assume, and Taylor Hines will go into left-back. And that worked well last week, didn't it? You have to say Katie McCabe did a great job there. And let's hope the same will be the case again. Anyway, Emily Fox now, we're into stoppage time at the end of this first half. And Arsenal coming forward, which would be nice. That's what we need to do, keep the ball. Because the one thing is, Chelsea can't score if we've got the ball. It hasn't actually said how much stoppage time there is. I'm assuming 2 or 3 minutes. Well, surely that's all it'll be. Because there wasn't really any stoppages, was there, until the Steph Catley. Anyway, Stina touches the ball off to Leslie Russo. Leslie Russo's got a bit of space. Oh, she got that all wrong, didn't she? It's actually a minute, it says. And we've actually played the minute now. And Leslie Russo could have maybe done a bit better there. It just broke for her nicely, didn't it? Good link-up play there with Stina. And those two can link up nicely together, can't they? And it was, I don't know if that was meant to be a pass into Caitlin Ford, actually, with the outside of her foot instead. She got it all wrong. And we have played a minute of stoppage time that was signalled. And Chelsea might get one more attack. Lucy Bronze over on that far side. She's played up the line looking for Ellie Carpenter, but Arsenal deal with that. It's gone out for a throw. We've played a minute and a half. Surely it must have been more than 1 minute stoppage time anyway. I'm sure Steph Catley was down for more than a minute, wasn't she? Anyway, Arsenal have dealt with that over on the far side. Get the ball forward. In fact, it was 3 minutes. I was going to say, I didn't think it was only 1 minute. It is 3 minutes, and we're still, obviously, we've played 2 minutes now of stoppage time. Chelsea trying to get the ball in the box, but it doesn't break, and now Lotta can bring it forward. Good ball here to Caitlin Ford on this near side. A little bit of space for Caitlin Ford, though. She's closed down very quickly there by Lauren James, and she's fouled, is she, by Lauren James? The referee says no. And Chelsea have got possession into the last minute of stoppages at the end of this first half. Are Arsenal going to go in at half-time with that 2-goal lead intact? And that would be a massive that would be a massive boost, wouldn't it, if we can? There's still 30 seconds over this first half to play. Chelsea in possession. Hannah Hampton finds Kadisha Buchanan, not really under any pressure, the Canadian, just touches it back to Hampton. That'll do. We'll just keep them doing that. That'll be fine. And Hampton now decides to go long. This will be the last attack you feel of this first half. And Lotta gets the ball clear actually up to Caitlin Ford, who's done really well. Surely she was fouled. She was fouled. Again, it's Buchanan. She's quite clumsy, isn't she, Buchanan? Anyway, it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. This will surely be the last action of this first half. And as long as Arsenal have got possession of the ball, then we're quite happy. In fact, there's no time for the free kick. The referee's blown for half time, and it is a good first half from Arsenal, you have to say. Yes, Chelsea started quickly. We knew they would. They generally do, don't they? They had one or two half chances early on. A couple of shots that was fired wide. Thompson with one, tried to curl it in the bottom corner. Nushkin with another one. Maybe both of those efforts could have done better for Chelsea, and we could have found ourselves behind. But we grew into that first half, didn't we? And the longer it went on, the more comfortable we looked. We had a couple of chances of our own, didn't we? Leslie Russo shot and Caitlin Ford as well. A little bit too close to goalkeeper Hannah Hampton, but we've played well in that first half. We've grown into it, and at half-time it is Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0, which means, of course, the aggregate score is still Chelsea 1, Arsenal 3, and we are 45 minutes away from the Champions League semi-final, second year in a row, third time in 4 years it will be. And that was a good first half. I enjoyed that, I have to say. And we just need more of the same, don't we? More of the same in that second half. It says there Chelsea had 60% possession. A lot of that was maybe in the first 10 minutes, I think. Arsenal had 11 shots to Chelsea's 5, 2 on target for Arsenal, none on target for Chelsea. They're not going to score 2 goals without having shots on target, are they? Let's be honest. We've had 1 corner to their 2, and there's been 1 offside each. They've had 251 passes to our 176. The passing accuracy is fairly even, 77% for us, 78% for Chelsea. But it's the scoreline on the board that makes tells the biggest story, doesn't it? It is 0-0. It's been a fairly even half, I thought. And yeah, we'll take that all day long, won't we? And we just need to, keep that going in the second half now, and we're there. But you do imagine Chelsea are going to start taking a few more risks the longer this second half goes on. And that's when we've got the opportunity maybe to punish them on the counter-attack. But so far, so I'm happy with that. And that will do nicely. John says, yeah, we don't need it, but a Renee half-time talk that has us coming out and scoring a goal in the first few minutes will be close. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it hasn't changed since the start of the game. The first goal is still important. Obviously, the further in we get into the second half, if we get the goal, it's over. But hang on. We'll get this sorted. Don't worry. I'll get it sorted again. I don't know what happens with this. It's just stupid. There we are. Oh, no, the green screen's gone off. Look. I don't know. What is going on with this? Honestly. I don't know what's going on. But anyway. Is it just that one picture it's not working on? Not sure. Anyway. I don't know what's going on with that. We might just have to settle for that, really, I suppose. Anyway, we won't worry too much about that for now. If I can get that fixed, I will. But yeah, I say the first goal is still going to be important, isn't it? Regardless of, how early it is in the second half. But, I'd quite like it to be 0-0 with 20 minutes left and then we score, because that then would almost seal the deal, wouldn't it? You can't see how Chelsea would come back from that at that stage of the game. But I say Chelsea had a few chances early on there, didn't they? Top Shelf says, a good first half. I'm not sure about some fouls. Yeah, I think so. We've got Fornham says, first time catching the stream. Your commentary skills are really impressive. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, you'll come back and watch a few more of us. Grat's back with us. How you doing there? He says, this is very nerve-wracking. Arsenal just need to keep this up for another 45. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not actually feeling too nervous. First 10 minutes or so, I was a little bit because they had 1 or 2 opportunities, didn't they? And had one of them gone in, I would have been getting really nervous. But as it stands now, we've grown into that game. I'm feeling cool about it, actually. I've got to be honest. I'm feeling pretty cool about it. Not overly concerned at the moment. But of course, I want to find out why this background's gone. Let me just give me 2 seconds. Oh, there we go. That's better. So let's get it fixed. Anyway, so we've got some comments there. 4M says, I'd love a goal similar to Havertz in the League Cup. Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Last minute, last second goal would be good. I think, to be honest with you, when we get down to the last few seconds of the game, obviously we'd be through, wouldn't we? Anyway, it'd be nice to win the game. Absolutely. I'd love that. Grat says, I'd not be surprised if Chelsea managed to score a goal within the first 5 minutes at the start of the second and then go 2-0 up. So don't say that. Christ, we don't want that, do we? We don't want that to happen, do we? At the minute, it's fairly comfortable. I don't really want to use the word comfortable, but it feels fairly comfortable at the moment, doesn't it? Obviously, the first goal either way is gonna make a massive difference to how we all feel, I suppose. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, I don't think we could have done much more in that first half other than score a goal, I suppose. But we just need to frustrate Chelsea for another 20, 25 minutes, I think. And then if it's still 0-0 at that point in the game, they're going to have to take risks, Chelsea. They're going to have to take risks. They're going to have to throw things forward. They're going to have to get bodies in the box. And that is going to leave space for us on the counter-attack. And, you know, that's when we can do the damage, hopefully. But yeah, it's been an interesting first half. And yeah, it's going to be pretty good, I'm sure. But yes, very, very interesting. Right, let's just have a... They're just showing the highlights of last week's game between Wolfsburg and Lyon. And of course, we would, well, I say we, whoever wins out of this Arsenal and Chelsea will play the winner of Lyon against Wolfsburg in the semi-final. I still think it will be Lyon, even though they've got some work to do, obviously, in this second half, in the second leg, haven't they? They're 1-0 down, but that's nothing really, is it? But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. See, Wolfsburg had some chances to get 2-0, didn't they, in that first leg? That would have put them in a great position. I mean, obviously, I think I'd rather we played Wolfsburg. You know, you do feel as though I don't really want to play Lyon and Barcelona again in the semi-final and final as we did last year. Although we played Wolfsburg in a semi-final 2 years ago, didn't we? I suppose you can't really get away from them, can we? Either of these two teams, we seem to if you're going to go a long way in the Champions League and do well, you're probably going to have to play Lyon or Barcelona at some point, aren't you? Probably both of them, it seems. But, you know, we can't worry too much about that. You know, we can only focus on our own game, really. And we know that we're good enough to, we know that we're good enough to beat Lyon and Barcelona because we did it last year. And I think we're a better team now. I honestly do. So let's see, shall we? But a lot of work still to do in this quarter-final yet before we can start thinking about a semi-final. But let's enjoy these moments while we can because, you know, they don't come around very often, do they? Well, they seem to be for us at the moment. They seem to be coming around every year. But I'm sure that won't always be the case. But, yeah. And, of course, Wolfsburg play tomorrow against Lyon. Bayern Munich, by the way, went through earlier against Manchester United. They won 2-1 on the night to finish that victory off. 5-3 it was on aggregate. And, of course, Andreas was at that game. So I'm sure you'll want to talk about that on Friday as well in the show. His experience of going to Munich. He's had a busy couple of weeks, hasn't he? So second half will be coming up very shortly for you. Hopefully, we can get the job done. On the move says, anyone just come in. What is Greg's prediction? That is a very good question, actually. What is Greg's prediction? Did he say on the show? What did Greg say? Oh, didn't he say 3-1 again? Greg said 3-1 again. He said 3-1 is what Greg said. He said 3-1. John says, we did well against Lyon last year, didn't we? Yeah, we did. But they'll be more determined to get revenge for that, I suppose, won't they? And we need to get revenge on Wolfsburg because they knocked us out 2 years running, didn't they? So, yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, it was a shame, wasn't it, that Steph Catley had to go off just for half time there with that injury. But, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Hopefully it won't be nothing too serious. It just looked like a knock on her calf, didn't it? And calves can be bloody funny things, as I know myself. But anyway. Anyway, the Arsenal coming out for the second half. So we're going to get this back off and underway. Ryan says 1-0 to the Arsenal would do me. Exactly. I think we'd all be very, very happy, wouldn't we, if it finishes 1-0 to the Arsenal. Let's hope that might be the case, eh? But obviously, we've got a long way to go yet. We've got a lot of football still to be played in this second half. Doesn't look as though we've made any substitutions at half-time. I didn't expect us to, having to make that one just before half-time. You don't really want to throw 2 in that quickly, do you? But we've got some good options on the bench, particularly attacking options if we do need them. We've made Kelly Marnham goals there. Obviously, Smella Holmberg as well. From an attacking perspective, she can be really, really dangerous. Anyway, Chelsea are back out as well. Not sure if they've made any changes at half-time, actually. It's going to be Arsenal kicking off this second half. We are attacking the goal to our left, which is the end where our fans are gathered, of course, as we know. So let's enjoy this second half. And I say it's going to be enjoyable as well, isn't it? I'm sure. Anyway, Arsenal in possession on that far side. Emily Fox tries to get the ball forward, but it's deflected behind for a throw to Arsenal. And let's see what this second half brings, because it could get tense, couldn't it, if Chelsea do score. Arsenal now coming forward here on this near side, inside the penalty area. Caitlin Ford cuts back inside, plays it back to Leslie Russo. Can she get the shot away? She does get the shot away, but it's well wide and not going to threaten a Chelsea goal like that, I'm afraid. But it was a decent enough strike, wasn't it? Just lacked direction. It's going to be Arsenal in possession now. Leslie Russo touches it back to Kim Little, the captain. She finds Olivia Taylor Hines on this near side. Taylor Hines has done well, and then she's caught by Ellie Carpenter. Surely that's a yellow card, ref. Surely that is a yellow card. And it is a yellow card. That was very cynical there from Ellie Carpenter. She's really struggled defensively tonight, the Australian. And she gave Taylor Hines just pinched the ball off her, and then she just pulled her back. And that is a bit cynical, that, isn't it? She knew that she'd made the mistake, and that was fully worthy of a yellow card. I don't think there's much doubt about that. But it's a free kick to Arsenal now on this near side. It's going to be Mariona with it. Oh, we've got Terry Lewis. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. He said, good evening, Richard, in the chat. Good to be back in Blighty. Well, you say that. I don't know how long you've been back. You won't be saying that for much longer, I'm pretty sure. But good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, the boys now back with Daphne Van Domselaar. And Lucy Bronze comes across there, concedes the throw. Arsenal started the second half pretty well, and this is the end, of course, where we scored the 2 goals in the WSL game back in January. Are we going to repeat the trick? Kim Little Plays out this near side to Mariona. Now Leslie Russo on the edge of the box. Oh, tried to find Taylor Hines, but it was well read actually there from Lauren James. Anyway, Taylor Hines almost pinches the ball off her, but Lauren James far too strong. But well done to Taylor Hines, who's settled into this game quite well actually. Teresa there, the girls have been doing really well lately and already 3/4 of the way through the game. Roll on Barcelona again, it probably will be. Nudge is with us as well. Now the girls have been playing well, absolutely. We're on a great run of form at the minute. And obviously we're really, really close, aren't we, to repeating last season's success, but certainly won't be easy, will it? We've still got work to do in this game though. Chelsea trying to come forward. Taylor Hines again has done well. Now Arsenal, Caitlin Ford's got loads of space on this near side. She finds Caitlin Ford inside the box. Caitlin Ford's going to run at Lucy Bronze. Oh, that's a bit of a reckless challenge, that really. And it's gone behind for a corner. Oh, was that a penalty? She certainly didn't get the ball, did she, Lucy Bronze? I mean, if anything, that's either a goal kick or a penalty, and the referee's given a corner. Is VAR checking it or not? I don't know if they are. I don't see how that's a corner because Lucy Bronze never touched the ball. So either it's a penalty or it's a goal kick. If she doesn't think it's a foul, then it's a goal kick. Anyway, the ref's given a corner. Strange. When you've got VAR, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's going to be a corner, Katie McCabe, but that's an outswing, and the post header comes in. Oh, it was blocked. Was that Steena's header again from a Katie McCabe set piece? Almost repeated the trick from last week. Somehow that got blocked. Anyway, Emily Fox over on that near side is keeping the momentum going for Arsenal. We've really started the second half strongly. We've been a much better team. Chelsea haven't got going yet, and that's fine. Katie McCabe now driving forward on this near side. Is that a foul? Referee says no again. Anyway, Caitlin Ford's had to drop in a long ball over the top. And suddenly Sam Kerr's in. Is this going to be the moment for Chelsea? Sam Kerr on the edge of the box. Gets a shot away. Oh, and Daphne makes a great save. And that is why Daphne was the right pick for this game tonight. A long ball over the top there. Arsenal maybe getting a little bit carried away with this good start to the second half. Over-committed bodies forward. Sam Kerr made a good run in behind. I mean, Arsenal worked hard to try and get back to hold her up, but she still got the shot away. And it was on target, and that is a fantastic save from Daphne there. It was going in that top corner. That's a brilliant. We see the replay. Wow, that's a brilliant save. And Sam Kerr can't quite believe it. Anyway, it's a corner. Lauren James with it. Header comes in. And it's going to be another corner to Chelsea. And, wow, that save was quite spectacular, wasn't it, from Daphne there? Absolutely brilliant. And that could prove to be a crucial moment in this game, actually. Anyway, Lauren James with his corner again. Again, it's an outswing, and this one's headed away a little bit more convincingly by Arsenal this time. Comes back to Lauren James on this near side. Cross comes in and onto the roof of the net there. Daphne was quite happy to just let that go over the top. James says there, that was a beautiful save. It was a beautiful save indeed. It was a fantastic save. And it had to be, didn't it? Because that was going in from Sam Kerr. And they're showing this cross from Lauren James, which was absolutely awful. And they're not showing that save again from Daphne, which was miles better. Anyway, Lauren James is the golden girl, isn't she? Anyway, Arsenal now suddenly with an opportunity at the other end. Caitlin Ford is going to be up against Ellie Carpenter, who's been booked. Manages to thread the ball through to Stina. Oh, that's good tackle actually from Lucy Bronze. And Stina's trying to work hard to win the ball back. What we need to do is get Caitlin Ford running at Ellie Carpenter, because Ellie Carpenter has just been booked. And she's been given a run around most of the night, defensively anyway. And I think Arsenal need to exploit that now. Not that this referee knows what she's doing, because she really doesn't have a clue. But anyway, it was a free kick to Chelsea, which Lauren James now picks up possession. And again, that lazy style lifts that ball over to the far side. Erin Cuthbert now picks up a little bit of space, touches the ball back. But that was well defended actually by Livy Smith, working hard. But Chelsea won the ball back with Thompson over on that far side. A cross comes in. Thompson flicks it on. Good defending again from Taylor Hines. She's had a good spell in this game. And the shot from distance there from Lucy Bronze was never going to trouble Daphne Van Domselaar there. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. But Taylor Hines has done well, actually. You have to say she's had some good defensive moments. She's got forward well. She's looking a really good player now. She's settled in. You know, sometimes a new player comes into a new club and it's easy to judge them in their first 4 or 5 games where maybe they haven't quite settled in yet, still finding their feet. And it's easy to say, are they good enough for Arsenal? But then you've got to give them time to settle in, haven't you? And I think Taylor Hines has got better and better as the season's gone on. James says, one goal will literally be enough for us. Absolutely, one goal will definitely be enough for us. I can't see Chelsea getting 3. I can't even see them getting 2, if I'm honest. But at this moment in time, we've got some more defending to do. This first half so far has been a second half so far has been a complete reversal of the first half. We started, Chelsea started really strongly in the second half. In the first half, we've started really strongly in the second half, and now Chelsea is starting to get back into it, as indeed we did in that first half. But anyway, let's see. Trebor says this ref is baffling. Absolutely, completely baffling, yeah. But how many times have we said that? And I do feel as though, you know, while the women's game now is getting a lot more higher profile, more money, more coverage, the standard of refereeing has got to improve in the WSL, in the Champions League, the lot. It's just got to. And it's no good throwing VAR out and saying, well, it's all right, the referees can be terrible because VAR's there to sort it out. But VAR can only sort out a very limited number of decisions anyway. It's all the little fouls, all the little things that VAR don't get involved in that the referees are still getting wrong and getting badly wrong a lot of the time. But anyway, and those little decisions add up, don't they? And they can obviously lead to big decisions and big moments in a game. So either VAR refs the whole thing or not at all. That's what I would say. Anyway, cross comes in from Nushkin and a wild clearance there from Kim Little. Just maybe kick it anywhere seemed to be the message there. It's gone behind for a corner. Again, Lauren James has caused us quite a few problems tonight. But we have defended largely, for the most part of this game, we've defended pretty well. Cross came in there and Kim Little miskicked that clearance. Could have gone anywhere, actually, but in the end, it's gone behind for a corner, which, again, Lauren James is going to take. We've still got some more defending to do, haven't we, in this second half. Lauren James, again, now that corner was short. Cross goes to the far post. It's dealt with, though, by Arsenal. Now we can bring it out of defence. That's really good play, that, from Emily Fox. From that, it's actually Caitlin Ford. Sorry, look, it was in Emily Fox's position. And that's a foul, surely, for Arsenal, and it is. Lotta there was fouled. Don't think there's much doubt about that, was there? Anyway, the ball's now back with Daphne Van Domselaar. We've played 58 minutes, and this clock is now starting to go in our favour, isn't it? Every minute that ticks away is against Chelsea, isn't it? They're getting less and less time. Bearing in mind, they need to score twice. You know, that ball's played forward looking for Stina. Again, Stina just isn't getting the service at all in this game. But I would keep her on for the time being, because while that threat's still there in behind, it keeps Chelsea's defence on their toes, doesn't it? They can't push up too high because Stina will have that threat in behind. And even though she's not getting the service at this moment in time, it doesn't actually matter too much. bearing in mind, we don't need to score, do we? That's what we've got to remember. We don't need to score in this game. All we need to do is stop Chelsea scoring. If we do score, of course, even better. We know that, and that would seal the deal, wouldn't it? Chelsea are planning 2 substitutions here. Who's coming on? Is it Sandy Baltimore's one of them? And Sandy Baltimore's coming on for Erin Cuthbert. Gives the armband to Kira Walsh. And Sandy Baltimore's coming on. Neve Charles is coming on as well. It looks as though Kadisha Buchanan is going off, which is a shame because I say she's an accident waiting to happen most of the time. She's going to make a mistake. Treebar says, will Renee make her usual 64th minute substitutions? Yeah, probably. But so far, we're just coming up to the hour mark now. And it remains 0-0 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate to Arsenal. And if it stays like this, then that will be perfectly fine. I say I'm not normally one to like a 0-0, but in this case, I'll take it all day long. Ryan says Kelly and Smiller, yeah, probably, or maybe Beth. Anyway, Sandy Baltimore's getting her first run. Tries a cross, well blocked by Emily Fox, who's had a decent game again tonight, as do you expect these days, really. What else do you expect from Emily Fox other than a decent, solid game? Anyway, Chelsea now trying to get an attack going down on that far side. Over on that left-hand side, Sandy Baltimore. She is a dangerous little player, isn't she? The French sort of wing-back, I would call, is what she is, really, isn't she? She's obviously caused us some problems in the past. Anyway, Arsenal still not made any more substitutions. Of course, there was one enforced in the first half. Steph Catley, of course, went off for Taylor Hines. Anyway, Chelsea now trying to come forward. Lucy Bronze in a very central position. Ball plays the ball out that near side. It was easily cut out there by Caitlin Ford. Does come back to Lucy Bronze. 61 minutes on the clock. And it is still 0-0. And Arsenal are edging closer and closer and closer to this semi-final. Stina now trying to get in. Surely that's a foul by Berman. In fact, Katie McCabe's gone down. Was that an off-the-ball incident there? She looks in a little bit of pain, Katie McCabe. She doesn't often go down. In fact, there's a yellow card for Lauren James in all of that, which she maybe could have got on a bit earlier. Oh, she kicked her. She sort of stamped on her, didn't she? Actually, to be fair, I'm not sure she meant to do that, actually. I'm not sure she really meant to do that. But anyway, she's got a yellow card, so that's fine. What did she? I don't know. It's difficult to tell sometimes with Lauren James, isn't it? Anyway, she's got a yellow card. And we also know Ellie Carpenter's got a yellow card. So these are the players that we need to be trying to sort out a little bit, don't we? DMD says yellow card for James. Yep. Well done, Katie. Right in Kerr's boat, indeed. Anyway, it is a little break in play while Katie McCabe gets herself sorted out, and a little drinks break and some words of tactics there from the manager. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Katie McCabe's all right. Of course she's all right. She was never going to, it was never in doubt that she was never going to be all right. And she's going to take this free kick midway inside the Arsenal half on this near side, Arsenal's left. 63 minutes. So we're coming up towards the midway point in the second half, aren't we? And this is the point where I'm quite happy if it was 0-0, I said. And it is. And we'll take that all day long, won't we? Anyway, Lauren James has just got involved again with Katie McCabe. Although there was an offside. So someone's got to start winding Lauren James up. You know what she's like. You know, she gets involved in things. She can lose her temper. And that's what we need to maybe play on. And Katie McCabe is certainly the sort of player to do that. They're having words there, the two of them. I'm sure they'll be involved in a few more incidents in the rest of this game. Anyway, Arsenal haven't really managed to get hold of the ball much in the second half, but we have now. Leslie Russo tried to thread it through to Stina, but it was cut out by Lucy Bronze, who's actually looked quite solid as a centre-back, you have to say, tonight. Lucy Bronze. Anyway, Taylor Hines on this near side, tries to play up the line for Caitlin Ford. Wasn't a good ball, actually. And it's run all the way through to Lucy Bronze. And it goes back to Hannah Hampton, who pings it up that far side. Good ball, actually. Neve Charles, the substitute. Plays it to Sandy Baltimore, the other substitute. Arsenal defending well, defending the spaces well, forcing Chelsea back. Lucy Bronze now trying to bring it forward towards halfway. Goes long. Oh, that's a terrible header there. Was it Sam Kerr? It's gone out for a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Sam Kerr's not looked that sharp, has she, in this game? John says, James getting frustrated. Feed it, indeed. Indeed. And Katie McCabe's a sort of player, isn't she, to wind her up. Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal, but it's going to be a yellow card to Taylor Hines for what the referee considers to be time wasting. Although there's still 25 minutes to play. I don't really think it's time to be time wasting, is it? Anyway, that's a yellow card for time wasting there from Taylor Hines. Another yellow card. I think that's the first Arsenal yellow card, though, isn't it? Anyway, it is now Chelsea coming forward with Neve Charles over on that far side. Plays it forward into the box there for Sam Kerr. But again, she couldn't get it under control. And now Arsenal can bring it forward. Mariona's got some space. Look at Caitlin Ford. She's made a great run. Oh, why didn't she find her? Held on to it too long there, Mariona. As she played it up this near side, Caitlin Ford had just got a run on Ellie Carpenter. And with Carpenter on a yellow card, she wouldn't have been able to do much about it either, would she? Anyway, Leslie Russo now finds Caitlin Ford again. Well, we did make the most of that. Good run that was, though, from Caitlin Ford, wasn't it? Really opened that up. Unfortunately, Mariona wasn't able to find her. Anyway, Kim Little finds Taylor Hines, and that's a good ball through to Stina Blackstenius. Oh, it's given us offside. Again, I don't know whether or not it was. Looked like it was quite tight when the ball was played. You see, what Stina does well is she makes a run in and out, look, and then she's not offside. Look, the defender here, Ellie Carpenter's playing her on. See, and I do think that because it's Stina, the lines person knows it's Stina and just assumes she's offside. So many times she's given offside when she isn't. I mean, she wasn't there, but the flag goes up too quickly. I mean, I don't know. She's a bit unlucky a few times, Stina, with some offsides. Anyway, Chelsea are now coming forward on this near side with Ellie Carpenter. Faced by Caitlin Ford, tries to go around the outside. Those two have clearly had some battles in training with Australia, haven't they? There's no inch given between them. It's quite a good battle, that. Anyway, Lauren James now quite central position, goes around the outside. That's a good ball. Neve Charles with a cross. It's a header. Oh, it was missed by Sam Kerr. And that's an opportunity that Sam Kerr from a couple of years ago buries. And Arsenal would be behind. But luckily, this is the Sam Kerr from 2026. Nowhere near the player she was. And she missed that completely. And Arsenal managed to clear the ball away. But we're giving it straight back to Chelsea. Now, this is an opportunity for Arsenal because Chelsea have got to start taking risks now. We're moving in towards the last 20 minutes. And you do feel as though there's going to have to be some space opening up at the other end. And surely Sam Kerr there would normally bury that. Well, I say normally, the Sam Kerr from 2 years ago would have buried that, I'm sure. Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Taylor Hines has taken it, finds Mariona Caldente, and she plays it off the Chelsea player Thompson, does she? And it's going to be a throw. You know, it must be a throw to Arsenal, is it? Yeah, it is a throw to Arsenal. I thought it was. And it's going to be a substitution here. In fact, Olivia Smith's going off. Not maybe been her best night again, is it, for Olivia Smith? And it's going to be Beth Mead to come on. And it looks as though Smilla Holmberg's coming on as well. And Emily Fox is going off. Good game, I thought Emily Fox had there. I don't know if she took a little bit of a knock. But obviously, we know Smilla Holmberg is very, very good. So that's two substitutions there made by Renee. 68 minutes, not 64. Treeboy says a taxi for Sam Kerr, exactly. And she's been really, really, I wouldn't say poor. She's just not been involved in the game enough tonight. Anyway, Lauren James there just brushes off Mariona. She's so strong, isn't she? Anyway, finds Thompson up this near side. Good defending from Taylor Hines. I've been really impressed with Taylor Hines tonight, I have to say. Coming into the game when she did just before half-time is a tough ask, but she's done really, really well. Lauren James's cross, that's poor. And Daphne takes that quite easily. But yeah, I've been really impressed with Taylor Hines. I thought she's had a really good, solid game, actually. So fair play to her. Hopefully Steph Catley's injury is not that bad, but we've got a team out there. Leah Williamson's going to be back soon as well. We can cope, can't we, with an injury in that position if necessary. Anyway, Chelsea now give the ball away. Leslie Russo now. Arsenal got a counter-attacking opportunity. Ball played through to Stina. She's faced by a couple of Chelsea defenders. Takes a shot on early. Didn't have much other options, really. Anyway, it's come out again here on the edge of the box to Leslie Russo. Caitlin Ford. Can she get the shot away? Chips it towards the far post. Wasn't a great cross. Not a great header away, actually. And Beth Mead's battling away there to try to get on the end of it. And this is where it's going to get interesting, isn't it? Because Arsenal are going to have opportunities on the counter-attack. They are going to have opportunities on the counter-attack, as Chelsea are going to have to take some risks sooner or later. 20 minutes left. They need to find 2 goals, Chelsea. They're not going to panic yet. They're not panicking. That's a great ball forward. Lovely take there from Smilla Holmberg. She's going to try and go around the outside on Eve Charles. She does. Can she get the cross in? She does get the cross in. Oh, it almost falls there to, was it Leslie Russo at the far post? And Holmberg's going to make a massive difference in these last 20 minutes here. Now Caitlin Ford inside the area. Caitlin Ford, can she get a shot away? Oh, it's deflected off Ellie Carpenter. Looked like it was going to go across the keeper into the far post. And this is suddenly getting to the point now when if Arsenal can score, you do feel as though that's going to be game over. Well, it will be game over. Caitlin Ford now plays it on to Leslie Russo. Can she get the cross in? It's deflected behind, is it? It's a corner. Arsenal's first corner of the second half in front of those travelling fans. And just showing Samira Holmberg's cross there. Brilliant ball. It was actually, was it Russo there at the far post? Couldn't quite dig it out of her feet. In fact, it was Stina. It is a corner. 71 minutes on the clock. Is this going to be Arsenal's moment? Is this going to be Arsenal's moment to seal the deal? Beth Mead with this corner. Substitutes just come on, Beth. She's normally got a good delivery from set pieces. It's not a bad one. I was in the 6-yard box. Header comes in. Was that Lotta threw herself at that? Couldn't get enough on it. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Decent corner that though, wasn't it? Could do with a few more set pieces, couldn't we? And she kind of just mistimed her run at it a little bit and couldn't direct the header on target. Anyway, Chelsea now having a bit of a wobble and Arsenal now keeping possession. We've still had 15 shots to their 7. I mean, we're still creating more chances, even though we've probably had less of the ball. But I've always said football's not about possession, is it? Football's about what you do with the ball, the chances you create, and the goals that you score. Doesn't matter how much possession you have. It seems we're too obsessed with that these days, aren't we? Leslie Russo does well there. That's with Mariona. It's been a bit of a mixed night for Mariona. She's done some really good things. She's worked really hard, but she's given the ball away in some rather dangerous areas at times. Caitlin Ford's done well there. Finds Leslie Russo. Can she get the shot away? She does get the shot away, but it's dragged wide. And she can do that. She cuts inside and hits them early. And that's what she did there. She was always looking to hit that ball. She couldn't quite. In fact, she probably got her foot wrapped too far around it. So it went away from the goal. She hit it well enough, but wasn't really a threat to the Hannah Hampton's goal. Anyway, Chelsea now in possession inside the centre circle. Lauren James, she pops up in some funny places on the pitch, Lauren James, doesn't she? When she just fell over, giving the ball away. And now Arsenal can come forward. Beth Mead over on the far side. Caitlin Ford again's got acres of space on this near side. Can Beth Mead find her? Stina's come shorter. Beth Mead needs some help on the outside. Oh, does she? Beth Mead's going to go on her own. Cuts in field. Beth Mead still going. Pulls it across. The header comes in. At full stretch from Stina, just over the bar. I thought that was going to be the moment. I think that cross actually was probably meant for Caitlin Ford, but Stina read it at the near post. Beth Mead did really well there. Really well. And when the cross comes in, Caitlin Ford probably had the better chance, actually. But Stina saw the goal, tried to direct it into the net. She couldn't quite get it right. And maybe you should let that go for Caitlin Ford at the far post. Maybe that would have been a better chance. Anyway, that could have been a big moment in this game. There's only 15 minutes or 16 minutes left. And Lauren James comes forward, puts a cross into the box, and there's a chance there. And definitely made the save from Sam Kerr. And again, that's an effort from Sam Kerr that you felt a couple of years ago goes in. It was decent movement, actually. She was offside, so I think it wouldn't have counted anyway. But she just directed it straight at Daphne. And I think Sam Kerr knows herself. She's not the player she was a while ago. Injuries and age, I think, have caught up with her. Anyway, Katie McCabe now plays the ball forward. Not a great ball. Didn't give Stina any chance there. Berman just steps in. We've got comment Ethiopia. Oh, good stuff. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. What do you think of Tottenham relegated? We haven't got relegated yet, have they? I think I'd miss them anyway. I'd miss getting 6 points off them every year. We don't want to get relegated, do we? Not really. It would be funny for a short time, wouldn't it? But then we'd realise that we wasn't playing them again. And that wouldn't be much fun, would it? Because we like beating them, don't we? Anyway, Chelsea are coming forward now. Ellie Carpenter's cross. That should be easy enough for Daphne, and it is. And now time is really, really, really on our side, isn't it? We are now into the last 14 minutes of normal time. Arsenal inching closer and closer to the semi-final. And you have to say, over the two legs, we've been tactically really, really good. And I think we've deserved it. If we do get... Oh, I suppose if Chelsea sneaks a couple of goals now in the closing minutes here, but I think we've deserved it over the two legs. I think we've been tactically smart. We've been clinical in our opportunity, especially last week. And we are nearly there. Anyway, the cross comes in just too far ahead of Sam Kerr. That was Sandy Baltimore. It's made a difference for Chelsea since she came on. But that cross there, again, Sam Kerr from a couple of years ago might have made a bit more of an effort to have got on the end of it, but was never going to get that, actually. It wasn't actually that good a cross. But Baltimore has made a bit of a difference for Chelsea. Makes you wonder why she didn't start. I mean, I'm quite glad she didn't start. But anyway, that goal kick there from Daphne, just headed forward by Lucy Bronze, and suddenly Chelsea at the other end. Lauren James, oh, it was a good first touch, but she couldn't quite get enough power on that shot. She's claiming that her shirt was pulled. Not sure if it was. She dragged the shot wide anyway. Anyway, it's a goal kick. Definitely goes long. Again, it's Lucy Bronze with a header. She's done well, actually. Mariona plays it forward up this near side. Stina heads it back towards Caitlin Ford. Good battle going on this near side. And Caitlin Ford comes away with the ball. Oh, the referee's given a free kick for that. How is that a free kick? This referee, man. I suppose, is it considered a high foot, that? So what happened there was Nuskin was leaning back into Caitlin Ford, and when Caitlin Ford moved away, she fell over. Anyway. Arsenal win the league, Tottenham relegated. Well, both of those two things could happen, or neither of them could happen. Let's not get too excited quite yet, is what I say. But in this particular game, we can start to get excited quite soon because we are down to the last 12 minutes. It's still 0-0 on the night. That is 3-1 to Arsenal, still on aggregate. That semi-final is so close we can almost touch it, but not quite. There's still some work to do. And it could be a bit less work to do here if we can get a goal on this counter-attack. That ball's played out to the far side. Beth Mead's off after it with her England teammate, Niamh Charles. Beth Mead's done well, actually. Done really well, Beth Mead. She's done well since she's come on, you have to say. And now Smilla Holmberg finds Beth Mead again. Plays the ball in field to Mariona. And this will do for Arsenal. Keep possession, keep possession, keep possession. Suddenly played into the box, though. Stina plays it out to Smilla Holmberg over on that far side. Can she get the cross in? She does get the cross in. The header comes in. Oh, and it's in. That's the goal. It's Stina and Arsenal in the semi-final. The two Swedes combine over on the far side, and the goal has come, and Arsenal are in the semi-final of the Champions League. There's absolutely no doubt about that now. Absolutely no doubt at all. And just like last week, it is Stina gets the first goal. Smilla Holmberg did really, really well. And what a run into the box and header from Stina into the far corner. That is just brilliant. That is just absolutely brilliant stuff. And Arsenal are there, home and hosed, in front of those Arsenal fans. And Stina always pops up with the big goals at the big moments. And she's done it again. The Champions League winner from last season has got the goal that sends us into the semi-final. And that is a fantastic header as well, isn't it? Look at that, right into the far corner. Couldn't have placed that any better. That is just, what? It's been disallowed. What's it been disallowed for? What was it disallowed for? What was it disallowed for anyway? Anyone know what it was disallowed for? What's that been disallowed for? Oh, man. If Chelsea score now... Christ, what was that disallowed for? Does anybody know? Because I didn't think there was anything wrong with that goal. Looked perfectly good goal to me. Still 0-0. Oh, offside. Who was offside? How can Stina have been offside when she came from behind the defender? It's just a header put wide there at the other end, actually, from Sam Kerr again. Handball. Oh, yeah, handball like the league game. Was that handball? Yeah, probably was giving us handball. Well, I need to see that again, actually, because I didn't see there was too much wrong with that goal. But anyway, I'm sure we'll see replays of it. Or is that going to be a big turning point? Have they disallowed that goal because of the two goals Chelsea got disallowed last week and Sonia cried about it? Is that the only reason why that's been disallowed? I don't know, because I haven't seen a replay of it, really. Not that I could notice a replay to see anything wrong with the goal. It looked a perfectly good goal. Smilla's cross and a good header. And she wasn't offside when the header came in because she came from behind the defender, made a late run. So that's baffling. Absolutely baffling. Anyway, hopefully that's not going to come back to haunt us, because that was a strange decision. Anyway. Arsenal now. Russo now. Is this going to be another opportunity for Arsenal? Russo here. Stina's got some space if she can find her. Or is Russo going to go on her own? In fact, she's heading towards a corner flag and tries a shot, but made the wrong decision there, Russo. She should have played Stina in earlier on in that attack because she was in acres of space. And Leslie also went on her own and in the end wasted the opportunity. The game's now, it's become a basketball game. Chelsea trying to get a goal at one end and Arsenal winning the ball and launching a counter-attack at the other end. And we're going to probably get that for the rest of this game now. We are into the last 7.5 minutes of normal time. And Arsenal, suddenly the spaces are opening up on the counter-attack here. Oh, Leslie Russo again didn't make the right decision there, overran the ball. Again, she's got to play that. Stina's in space on that far side this time. Just put the ball into the space. That's all you've got to do. Let Stina run at it. She's just overrun that there. There was just no need to do that. There was absolutely no need to do that. All she needed to do was play it out earlier. And that's twice now. Anyway, Chelsea make another sub now. Kira Walsh is going off. And it's Vika Kapitan's coming on. And Mariona's coming off for Arsenal. Ran herself into the ground tonight, you have to say. Not her best game. And Leia Kadena's coming on. Frida Marnham's coming on as well for Stina Blackstenius, who thought she'd got the winning goal in this game a moment ago. She's now gone off. Leia Kadena's come on, another defender on. And Frida Marnham is going to drop into that number 10 position. Russo will go through the middle. Well, Terry said they don't expect anything different when playing at the Bridge. Chelsea get a penalty soon. Yeah, I mean, none of that would surprise me if I'm honest. But anyway, let's see what happens. Anyway, Chelsea are coming forward now. We're on that far side. Cross comes in, headed away. Out for a corner by Leia Cadena, who's just come on. Or was it Beth Mead that headed that away? Anyway, it doesn't matter. No, it's looked onside. I haven't seen it back. I didn't even think it was. I didn't even know it was offside. I don't know what's gone on there. But anyway, I'm sure they'll have replays of it later. But for now, we need to defend this ball. Lauren James on the edge of the penalty area, drifted past 2 challenges. Lauren James with a shot. Definitely saves it. It's going to be a goal for Chelsea, is it? It's off the post. How on earth did that not go in? Daphne's made a great save, but the rebound should have been scored. And somehow the ball has stayed out. And Lauren James did really well there. The shot came in. Good save from Daphne. And the double save. Oh, that second save is incredible from Daphne there with her legs. The first save was good enough. It fell back to Borman at the far post. She must have thought she'd scored anything on. In fact, no, it wasn't. It did hit the post. It wasn't a save. Doesn't matter. It didn't go in. And that could have been a quite nervy last 5 minutes, couldn't it, for Arsenal? Oh, wow, this game's got crazy now. And it's really opened up. And Arsenal just hoofed the ball clear. Chelsea need 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, plus stoppage time. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward again. Good defending there, though, from we just can't clear the ball at the minute. We just can't get it out. Now, Lauren James is on a run on the edge of the box. Arsenal got about 10 defenders in the box now. Cross comes in, it's deflected, and Katie McCabe just needs to deal with that. And she does deal with that, but it's going to be a throw to Chelsea. Arsenal hanging on in this game, not quite in the tie yet, but it's quite tense and nervy, isn't it? Chelsea are throwing everything at it now. We knew they'd have to take some chances. They've left it late to start putting this pressure on, but they've done it now. Lauren James with the ball into the box, cleared away. Only as far as Sandy Baltimore over on that far side. Can she get the cross in? She does get the cross in. The header comes in. It's cleared away, though, by Arsenal again. And it's gone out for a throw to Chelsea again. Arsenal under immense pressure here. But we do have a 2-goal advantage, guys. Let's remember, we do have a 2-goal advantage. So we don't need to panic yet. If they do score now, though, there's still 4 minutes plus stoppage time to play. I would maybe start to panic then, but not now. Not while it's still 0-0 on the night. And 3-1 on aggregate. Anyway, Lucy Bronze with a cross towards the far post. Header comes in. It's hit the post and it's cleared away. And it didn't go in. And wow, Arsenal are living a charmed life here. That's twice again in this game that Chelsea have hit the post. They hit the post twice at the Emirates. Wow, this is just incredible. I don't know how that didn't go in. And Arsenal now are hanging on, you have to say. And you do feel as though if Chelsea do get a goal now, and, well, there's still 3 minutes of normal time to play, it could get really, really nervy. And they just hit the post. I don't know how that didn't go in. And that is 4 times in this tie Chelsea have hit the woodwork. Wow, wow, wow. That was incredible there. It was a header. In fact, Daphne saved it onto the post. Oh, my word. Daphne has been player of the match in this game. She has made 3 unbelievable saves. That is incredible. So I thought he just hit the post, but that was actually a brilliant save. What a save that is. Oh, my days. That is incredible. That is 3 saves from Daphne tonight. People were questioning whether or not she should have been in goal. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable there from Daphne. That is world class. And that's what you need, you know. When you're under pressure, the other team are going to get chances. Your goalkeeper has to perform. And Daphne's done that so many times for us. And tonight she's been brilliant. She's going to win player of the match, clearly. And it'll be fully deserved now. Beth Mead, can Arsenal still get the goal? Oh, Beth Mead's cross, though. No one there. And Arsenal not really looking to get too many bodies forward now. We're into the last 2 minutes of normal time. There'll be some stoppage time. You're looking at 4 or 5 minutes. Whew. Wow, I can't believe 2 of the saves that Daphne's made tonight have been incredible. I mean, she's made 3 really good saves, but 2 of them have just been out of this world. And she did the same, didn't she, in the final last year? I seem to remember a great save. She comes up with big moments when it matters, doesn't she, Daphne? And incredible, incredible stuff. And if Arsenal do make it to the semi-final, which now seems likely, we just won the ball, Kim Little. This is brilliant stuff from Arsenal. Trying to play Caitlin Ford up this near side. Lucy Bronze is across. 90 seconds of normal time remaining, and Arsenal are so close to the semi-final. We thought we'd done it 5 minutes ago when we scored and it was disallowed. We're still going to have a little bit of a nervy finish still to come by the look of it, but as things stand at the minute, we are in the semi-final. Now we've got a counter-attacking opportunity on. Taylor Hines did well. Caitlin Ford, Taylor Hines on the run. Give it to her. Just give her the ball. Taylor Hines is running through. Is she going to get her first Arsenal goal? No, she's not, because she's been pushed wide. In fact, she's just going to go to the corner flag. And then surely that's a foul. But she's managed to keep it in. And then Lucy Bronze takes it back off her. What energy that was there from Taylor Hines. The last minute of the match. Charged forward there. And maybe the ball from Caitlin Ford was a little bit, took too long to give it to her. In the end, she went for the corner flag instead of going for the goal, which was probably a good decision as it's turned out. And then she almost lost the ball there. Lucy Bronze took it off her. And then it is a foul. And Lucy Bronze did feel that on her right shin. Anyway, looks like it's a free kick. We've now played at the 90 minutes. And it's just going to be whatever stoppage time. And I imagine there's going to be 3 or 4 minutes at least, if not 5 or 6. But anyway, the referee is... I don't know why Chelsea would be wasting time. Anyway, Lucy Bronze now brings the ball forward up this near side and almost gives it away. In fact, they have given it away. Caitlin Ford now finds Frida Marnham. Is this going to be the moment for Arsenal? She's got players either side of her. Frida gives it to Beth inside the penalty area. Beth cuts inside. Is this the goal? It's at the post. And now Arsenal's at the post. Incredible stuff here. Incredible stuff. And Arsenal coming forward again. Taylor Hines now finds Leslie Russo, and she's going to go to the corner flag now. It's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time. And that almost sealed it there. Beth hitting the post. Leslie Russo going to try and hold it up in that corner. She doesn't manage to do it, though. And Thompson takes it off her. But Chelsea can't get the ball away. And they still can't get the ball away. Kim Little now finds Taylor Hines, and she's going to go to the corner flag as well. I mean, there's still a lot of stoppage time left. Does seem a bit early to be doing that, really. But Chelsea can't get the ball away. It keeps ricocheting around and going back into that corner flag. And Arsenal still got possession. It's all a bit scrappy, but at this moment in time, we just don't care. Chelsea have now got 4 minutes to try and score 2 goals. And Lucy Bronze has just conceded a free kick. And she's complaining about it, but I don't think she's got any right to complain about that. It was a free kick. And Beth Mead there, they're just showing her effort, hit the post. Inside of the post as well. So unlucky there. Beth did score, of course, the goal in the league game. Curled that round there. It's beat the goalkeeper and it's hit the post. And for the 3rd time in this game, the post has been struck. And for the 5th time in this quarter-final, the post has been struck. And we've also got a corner and it's going to go short. And we're not bothered, are we? Let's be honest. And that's a free kick, isn't it? Sorry, it's a free kick. We've played nearly 2 minutes of stoppage time. It's going to be a bit more headed on, you feel. Arsenal just happy to keep the ball in that corner flag. And that's a corner, surely. The referee's given a goal kick. And we're going to have to try and hang on for these last 3 minutes. Chelsea need 2 goals, though. They need 2 goals. Let's not panic too much. They still need 2 goals. And we've played 2 minutes of stoppage time. I don't actually want to lose this game. I'll actually be annoyed if we lose this game. Because we've had a perfectly good goal disallowed. We've hit the post. Yes, Daphne's been incredible. But anyway, Chelsea coming forward again now. Gets a cross into the box. And it's not good defending. Ellie Carpenter's in there, but she's not, because it's good defending again from Caitlin Ford. And now Arsenal got another counter-attack. This really is a game of basketball. Leslie Russo's bringing it forward. Caitlin Ford's got space on this near side. Go for goal, Caitlin. Just go for goal. Go on, Caitlin. This is going to be it. Is this going to be the finish? Oh, why have you squared it? Just shoot. Why didn't she just shoot? Oh, my days. Anyway, Chelsea trying to come forward, but Lotta Wilber-Moyer stepped in. Now she finds Katie McKay. Why on earth didn't Caitlin Ford shoot there? Now Katie McKay's going to go to the corner flag. Oh, dear. Anyway, Lucy Bronze sees it out for a throw. It's all happening. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. I mean, quite honestly, Arsenal could be 2 or 3-0 up in this game. But anyway, Chelsea could also have scored a couple of goals themselves. They are coming forward now. There's 90 seconds or so left in this game. Arsenal are there, or they're, well, we're almost there, aren't we? Anyway, Sandy Baltimore over on that far side. Cross it in. Sam Curtin near post. Oh, and Chelsea have scored. And that was Newskin there at the near post. Chelsea have scored. Have they got time to get another one? Wow, this has been some night here at Stamford Bridge, I have to say. It is now 3-2 on aggregate to Arsenal. We are still in the driving seat in this game, but suddenly, why have we conceded that goal? How have we conceded that goal? I mean, it's a good cross in from Was it Sam Kerr over on that far side? And Nuskin made the run at the near post. That's a good finish. And Chelsea might well be winning this game. But our Arsenal, they might win this battle, but Arsenal are going to win the war. There's a minute of stoppage time to play. And Caitlin Ford's going down into that corner again. That's the corner where we want to keep the ball. And we've won a throw. And Arsenal are close. Very, very close. In fact, the referee's given a throw to Chelsea. How on earth have you given that throw to Chelsea, referee? What are you doing? Suddenly that Caitlin Ford chance just before the goal. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us, because she really should have scored, or at least had a shot. Squaring that ball there was a terrible mistake. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward again. And that's a sensible foul by Katie McKay. In fact, the ref hasn't even given it as a foul. Anyway, we'll take that. Now, Leslie Russo's got the ball. Beth Mead, we've played the 5 minutes of stoppages. There'll be a bit more now because the goal was scored. And now Smilla Holmberg is going to charge forward over on that far side. She won't go for the corner flag, will she? In fact, she plays it back to Beth Mead. It's whatever time the referee's going to add on. It is Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0 on the night. That is Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3 on aggregate. We are so close to the semi-final. We've been so close for ages, and it's almost been snatched away from us, it seems. Anyway, Katie McCabe there fires the ball off the Chelsea player. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. We've played nearly 30 seconds over the 5 minutes of stoppage time. And I don't quite know how there wasn't a foul before Katie McCabe pulled Thompson's hair. In fact, Katie McCabe was so convinced she was going to get a foul against her that she'd almost just put her arms up. It wasn't given as a foul, and now Sonia Bompasta has been booked for complaining about it. And do we feel sorry for her? No, we don't. Go back in your little box, mate. And Taylor Hines takes a throw. Arsenal in possession, which is where we want to be. And Caitlin Ford on this near side. She's had a good game, Caitlin Ford, tonight. A really good game. And that's gone out, has it? It's gone out. It's a throw to Chelsea. And suddenly Sonia Bompasta wants to get the ball. And Arsenal don't let her. Oh, it's all getting rather tetchy and tense. In fact, Sonia Bompasta is going to get sent off. And not surprisingly as well, she's lost her cool, the Chelsea manager. She's been shown a red card. And you can't really have too many complaints about that. You can't sit there. You've got to go. You can't sit there. What's she doing? She can't sit there. She's been sent off. You can't sit there, mate. You've got to go somewhere else. I don't know what's happening. She's been shown a red card, the Chelsea manager, and they've let her still sit where she was before. Anyway, it's a free kick to Chelsea. This will be one last chance. It's a free kick, which Hannah Hampton's going to take. It's about on halfway on this near side. Launches it towards the edge of the Arsenal 6-yard box. Header comes in. It's hoofed away. Anywhere will do for Arsenal. We've played 7 minutes of stoppage time. Surely it's just a matter of time till the referee blows that whistle. Lucy Bronze with the cross. It's a good cross as well. Header comes in. It's over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. And surely we are there now. That was a good cross, actually, that came in. As the referee's blown the whistle. The referee's blown the whistle. We have done it. We may have done it the hard way. It shouldn't have been as hard as it was, but we've done it. We've made it through to the semi-final. It has finished here tonight at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. But that doesn't matter, because what matters is the aggregate score is Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3. This game could have been 5-5 on the night, let's be honest. Daphne Van Domselaar made 3 outstanding saves for Arsenal. We hit the post. We had a goal disallowed for God knows what. Chelsea hit the post twice as well. But it is Arsenal that prevail over 2 legs. What an incredible game that was. It wasn't the most technically brilliant game, was it? It got so open at the end. It was like basketball. It was one attack to us, one attack to them. The referee made some crazy decisions. But in the end, it doesn't matter because Arsenal have done it. We are in the semi-final. And Katie McCabe is now apologising to Alessia Thompson there for pulling her hair at the end. How she got away with that, I do not know. But Arsenal have got through to the semi-final once again for the second year running, for the third time in 4 years. It was never going to be easy tonight, was it? We kind of knew it wouldn't be. It was a tense old night. Chelsea have won on the night, but nobody really cares. They scored a goal in the 4th minute of stoppage time when they needed to score twice. And Arsenal have held on. And what an incredible game of football that was. It was just mad. It was a mad game, wasn't it? There could have been lots and lots of goals. In the end, there was just a 1. And it went Chelsea's way, but it wasn't enough for them. and they go out of the Champions League again. And there's still only one team in London that's won. There's only one team in England that's won the Champions League. And there's only one team in England that can win it again this season. And it is, of course, the holders, Arsenal. We've gone through. We've done it the hard way. But who cares? Who cares? I think over the 2 legs, I think we just about deserved it, didn't we? Chelsea will feel hard done by because they had plenty of chances, especially in that second half. Daphne Van Domselaar was just incredible. If she doesn't win player of the match, then there's something seriously wrong. She was so good in that game. I thought Caitlin Ford had a great game for us as well, although she should have scored at the end just before Chelsea got their goal. She squared it instead of shooting. Terry says there, poor old Chelsea still haven't got a golden circle on their shirt. They have it indeed. Well, what a game that was. Dramatic. I think dramatic is the way to describe it. I say it wasn't the most technically great game of football. Let's be honest. There was mistakes. It all happened really, but at the end of the day, Arsenal have made it through to the semi-final again, and wow, just incredible. What an incredible game, and what an incredible finale to the game as well. But Arsenal have done it, and you have to say, I think over the 2 legs, we just about deserved that. We were clinical in our opportunities, and yeah, when it mattered, we got a little bit of luck as well, didn't we? Terry, so that's got to be the most boring game I've seen in ages. Yeah, I mean, it was. Those last 10 minutes, just so boring. Nothing happened at all, did it? Wow. Incredible. We've done it. And we did it the Arsenal way, didn't we? Let's face it. We were never going to win this game 2 or 3-0 tonight, were we? It was always going to be that type of game where it was drama and we were hanging on. And yeah, but we've done it. And you have to say that performance from Daphne tonight that's world class. You have to say that's world class. And, you know, it looks like they're going to interview somebody, because I'd like to quite an interview after that, because that was quite mad. I'm not sure if they are yet. But wow, that was just, wow, incredible. Terry says, flew all the way from Spain to watch this rubbish. You should have stayed in Spain, mate. LG says, we're a terrible counter-attacking team, so slow. Chelsea were there for the taking. Yeah, no, they were. Absolutely. But, you know, in the end, we got the job done. Even on the counter-attack, though, we could have scored 2 or 3 goals, couldn't we? We had one disallowed, Beth hit the post, 1 or 2 other chances where we maybe didn't make the right decisions, did we? That was the problem for me. We didn't make the right decisions in that final third on them counter-attacks. Rajan says, yeah, we won. Yes, we scored a good goal. Yeah, we did. But we got through. Luckily, that disallowed goal didn't prove to be important in the end, did it? It didn't prove to be costly, because obviously, you know, that would have been really, really bad, wouldn't it, if that had been the case? Because, you know, we know that was a bad decision. But, I mean, you know, Chelsea hit the post twice. Daphne's made some saves. Incredible. And, you know, sometimes when it's meant to be, isn't it? You know, you look at last season, I mean, that save, they're just showing that save there as you put it onto the post. That is one of the best saves I've ever seen. I mean, that is brilliant. Look at that. He's beaten her. And somehow she's got there and got across. I mean, that is incredible. I remember in Euro 2022, we saw the quarter-final, France against Holland, and Daphne was in goal. And that night she made 3 or 4 brilliant saves. And there was one in particular from Wendy Rayner that was very similar to that one. And I remember saying at the time, that's one of the best saves I've ever seen. And she's just repeated it there. Just incredible. What a performance. What a goalkeeper. And wow, just incredible. Yes, okay, she didn't keep the clean sheet in the end. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because she didn't deserve to be on the losing side in the tie. And yeah, I mean, maybe Lotta was a little bit of asleep for that goal, to be fair, but it didn't matter in the end, did it? It did not matter in the end, because we have made it through. Top Shelf says, a great game. McCabe got lucky on that one. All in all, great defence, and I expect nothing else. Yeah, defensively, we were brilliant. In both games, actually. In both games, we defended really well. And in the end, yeah, it's Leslie Russo's goal from that first leg, that third goal, which we said was going to always be the crucial one. And that's exactly how it's turned out to be. But Daphne there has got us through that. And nice moment there with Barbara Vitakova as well. But yeah, we can breathe now. We can relax. And we're in the semi-final. LG says, I've had enough of Caitlin Ford. Should have won this game out. Well, no, exactly. No, you're right. I mean, I thought she played well tonight, actually. But yes, in that position, just shoot. It doesn't matter if you don't score. I wouldn't even have been bothered if she'd missed. But shoot. You've got to shoot there. That's all you've got to do. If it goes in, brilliant. You've won the game. Excellent. If it's saved or you put it wide, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Shoot. You've got to shoot. I'm sorry. You've got to shoot there. You know, you're a forward player. You've got to shoot. There was just no reason there was just absolutely no reason in squaring it at all. Just bad decision. But anyway, look, we got through, and I thought Caitlin played well overall on the night. So he says, Richard, are you doing a meltdown show on Friday? Yeah, we'll be here on Friday, mate. Absolutely. Me and Andreas will be here. Agnes says, it is the hat. Yeah, it definitely is the hat. I've worn it every time I've worn it. We've won. We didn't win tonight, but we did enough to go through. So we'll take it, won't we? And LG says we still have the chance to face Wolfsburg. Yeah, I would rather face Wolfsburg. I think we'll definitely beat Wolfsburg over 2 legs. But anyway, if it's Lyon, it's Lyon. We just have to deal with it. LG says we raised eyebrows on DVD starting, but she proved it. Well, I mean, you did. I was quite happy that I did say that. I thought it was the right decision. I thought mainly after last week, because I think Borba was really poor last week, looked a bag of nerves, and I thought Daphne was her time, and it was, and she was brilliant. And yeah, we enjoyed that, didn't we? But that was an incredible game. We are in the semi-final of the Champions League for the 2nd year in a row. And actually, the third time in a row we've been in the competition, we've reached a semi-final. So we've become one of the big teams in Europe now, aren't we? We have become one of the big teams in Europe. And if we can get to another final, that's it, isn't it, really? But brilliant stuff that was tonight. I mean, I don't know what that game could have ended up as, but anyway, it's ended up 1-0 to Chelsea, but it doesn't matter, does it? LG says, if Ford had end product, she would win the Ballon d'Or. Well, yeah, I mean, but that's the difference, isn't it, between a very good player and a world-class player? It's that end product, isn't it? And, you know, I thought Caitlin Ford played well tonight. I'm not going to criticise her because she made one bad decision at the end that could have cost us more than it did. But anyway, we've got through, and I thought we deserved it. Roy says, it has to be the greatest save by a female goalkeeper I've ever seen. I hope Ray was watching. Yeah, I thought it was equivalent to the one that I saw her make for Holland against France in the Euros. That was equally as good. But that one tonight was incredible. Yeah, it was incredible. You think she made that brilliant save against Tottenham at the weekend, didn't she? When it had gone past her and she clawed it around the post. So there you go. Right, so I'll have to watch it. It was a header from Wendy Reynard, and she tipped it around the top. It was getting the top corner, and she tipped it around the post. Brilliant save. LG says, it's a bittersweet one for me tonight. I'm glad we are through, but feel we should have won it outright. No, I agree. I mean, I said before the game, I didn't want to lose tonight. I didn't want to lose the game tonight. I wanted to keep this momentum going that we've built up in terms of results. And we didn't deserve to lose the game. Well, I suppose Chelsea had some chances, but so did we. But yeah, I didn't want to lose the game tonight either. But to be honest with you, right now, I don't really care. We've got through. And at the end of the day, a semi-final, a two-legged European game, it's about the aggregate score. In each individual leg, the score on its own, it doesn't matter. It's what the aggregate score is. And the aggregate score is 3-2 to Arsenal. And that's what I'll remember this game for. I'll remember it as a 3-2 win for Arsenal, not a 1-0 defeat. Because that's not what matters, is it? But you know, it was a great game. Roy says, now it's Lyon or Wolfsburg. It's not getting any easier. No, it's not. But, you know, at the end of the day, they'll be worried about playing us. You know, we've shown in these 2 games against Chelsea that we're a very, very good team. We're organised. We defend well. We can score goals. We're a threat on the counter-attack. We've got very, very good players. And we're going to be very difficult to beat over 2 legs, aren't we? We haven't lost a 2-legged tie for, 2 years. So, you know, they'll be worried about. Let them worry about us. I'm not worried about anybody now. Agneta says, "Happy Easter all in England." Yeah, and to yourself. I don't know whether you celebrate so much in Sweden. We get 2 days off work. That's all I care about. So yes, it's going to be a good weekend, I'm sure. LG says, after the Steiner disallowed goal, we were terrible and lost control. Yeah, no, I think it was a concentration issue. I agree. I think, and to be fair, you've got to understand that. You know, we've just scored a goal that basically looked as though it was going to put us in the semi-final. We'd done it, and then suddenly the goal gets ruled out, and you're all over the place mentally, aren't you? And I agree with you. I thought we were a little bit. We did lose a bit of concentration after that. We got a bit sloppy, and in the end, we just looked at trying to run the ball to the corner flag rather than maybe try and actually kill them off. But anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Adab says, thanks for the stream. Have a nice evening. And yourself, my friend, thank you for joining us. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a fantastic night. Ryan said, well, Chelsea have hit the woodwork about 29 times, so 0-0 would have been a surprise. Well, yeah. Regina says, we've been where we kept missing our chances. Now we are getting better at shooting and taking our chances. Yeah, and maybe it's gone the other way now, isn't it? Chelsea have had 4 or 5 good chances in those 2 games and didn't take them. And we've had 3 or 4 good chances and we took more of them and got through. And that's sometimes what it's about, isn't it? Brett says Friday and Monday off. Tomorrow, many people has a squeeze day. Yeah, we're the same. We've got Friday and Monday off. Yeah. Roy says it's great having these Champions League adventures, but I really want the WSL title. Yeah, and I think next year we've got to do that. I agree. Next year we've got to do that. But let's enjoy these Champions League nights for now. It's the FA Cup on Sunday as well. It's all happening. Another quarter final with favourites to reach another semi-final. This season could end up being even better than last season. Could be, couldn't it? Let's be honest. We've still got a lot to do. Terry says, Rich, I didn't realise how much I miss your watch-alongs every week. Get Starham and Labour out so I can come back home. Yeah, well, the sooner that happens, my friend, I think we'll all be happy, won't we? LG says, if Chloe was on the pitch, we would have scored. She might be our most ruthless player at goal. Yeah, at the moment, I would say you're probably right, but we didn't need to score, did we? That's the point, I think, tonight. We didn't need to score. And I think defensively, we had players that were better defensively than Chloe Kane. I think that's probably why that team was selected, and it was fine because we got the job done. Roy says, Champions of Europe, they'll never sing that. Well, they won't. They won't be singing it this year, will they? That's for certain. And that's always nice, isn't it? We've knocked Chelsea out of the Champions League. That feels good. And doesn't matter that we lost the game tonight, realistically. But anyway, it was a great night. Thank you all very much for joining us. We'll be back on Friday, of course, with the show. Me and Andreas are going to dissect this game, all the fun and games that we've had. Going to dissect the North London derby, look ahead to the Brighton game as well. And, of course, we'll know our semi-final opponents by Friday as well. So we'll talk about that as well. So lots and lots of great stuff coming up for Friday. I'm not sure if I can do the game on Sunday yet. I'll try and do it, the FA Cup game against Brighton. I don't even know what channel it's on. But anyway, we'll sort that out maybe later on. But we'll definitely be here Friday at 7:30. You don't want to miss that show. Please join us because it is going to be very, very good fun looking back on another Champions League semi-final for Arsenal. Good stuff. Terry says, good to see you again. Hope you'll keep well. Yeah, we're very good, my friend. Hope you're doing well as well. John says, cheers, Rich and Gooners. LG says, I'm supporting Wolfsburg tomorrow. Yeah, I'd like Wolfsburg to get through. I would, but let's see. We'll take whoever we get. We're through, and that's all that matters. But we'll watch that game tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be good. And I say, join us on Friday, guys, please, for the show. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe as well. Don't forget to give this show a like. And we will see you Friday. Me and Andreas, he was at the Bayern Munich game earlier on today against Man United, so he'd have enjoyed that as well, wouldn't he? It's been a good day, hasn't it, for Arsenal? It's been a good night. We've really, really enjoyed it, and I say we look forward to the semi-final now. Incredible. Bring it on is what I say. I don't care who it is. Bring it on and let's do it. Roy says bye. And yourself, my friend. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, leave us a like before you go. Do subscribe, and we'll see you Friday. Come on, you Gunners. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3. We are in the semi-final. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. We will, and we're going to win it again. Come on. See you Friday, guys. Take it easy.